We need our weed. I don't wear it, but we need it.
Hey, you know what? Let me hit that.
Really?
I can handle it.
I am certain that you cannot.
Oh, come on, I smoked a ton of weed in the 90s.
Right, the 90s.
Rage on that beat, going crazy. Look at the coon, always cooning for you. Look at the coon, look at the coon. Look at the coon, always cooning for you. We got brace on. Look at the coon, look at the coon. Look at the coon, always cooning for you. Look at the coon, look at the coon. Look at the coon, always cooning for you. We got brace on.
Welcome to the show. Happy Sunday morning. Good afternoon. Happy Sunday afternoon to everybody. Actually, I saw this late last night as we were winding down, was going to bed, and I noticed there was a disturbance in the force coming from California. California is going through it right now, and it all started out on such a high note. Like California, a couple of months ago, they was really hyped, like amped up. Let me show you how amped up they were a couple of months ago, y'all.
I think you know why I'm here. That's why I'm always coming. Where's the money? Where's the cash? Where's the check? Don't be afraid. Please don't be afraid. $5 million. San Francisco's already made a move. $5 million is nothing. And I'll tell you why. If they spread it over 50 years, that's $100,000 a year, and you're in the top tax bracket, 35% Fed, 16.8 California, you'll be lucky if you end up with $40,000 a year. We need to do this. We need to get the money. Where's the money? Let's get the money now. $223,000 for housing is not enough. We're looking at just the redlining. There's predatory lending. If you're African American, chances are you're paying more on your mortgage for the same amount of money as somebody else. And that's not right. So let's get the money.
What's that new TikTok meme? Give me my money. Is that how it goes? Isn't that like a TikTok meme? I don't understand what it's about, what it's a reference to. I see people in videos like standing in a group saying, "Give me my money." It looks like a TikTok meme.
The equivocal number from the 1860s for 40 acres today is $200 million for each and every African American. You're not supposed to be afraid. You're not supposed to be afraid. You're just supposed to tell the truth. You're not supposed to be the gatekeepers. You're supposed to say what the people want and hear from the equivocal number from the 1860s for 40 acres today is $200 million.
And they got black folk really gassed up, like $200 million was about to just get poured into the community. That's really the worst part of this whole reparations argument. It's not that reparations is a poor argument. It's a poor ask, right? Of all the things to ask for politically, reparations is the most controversial, the least practical, and it's also the most emotionally charged issue, right? So a lot of black folk have been emotionally attached to a dying, losing issue, right? It's like falling in love with a bad hand at poker. And not only that, there's insult on top of the injury.
Well, I had to come and tell you that the bill in California to give up to $150,000 to illegal immigrants to purchase a home just passed the California legislature. And I don't even know what to say as an American. We are sitting here watching all of these crazy incidents happen, and we are just sitting here. It's unbelievable. When you look at the people on the streets in San Francisco, the people on the streets in LA, all of the homeless people, all of the people who have drug addictions, who are living on the streets, Americans on the streets. When you look at what just happened in Lahaina, and I hope you know about that they set Lahaina, a part of Maui, on fire. They did not have any sirens to go off. The homes burned with the children there. And then after that, they did not even let the parents go in to look at the homes or to even figure out what happened to their children. This happened in the United States in 2023, just a few months ago. So let me just say to you, all of these crazy events keep happening in our country, and we're just sitting here like this is what's supposed to happen. When you take money from taxpayers, you know what? I feel like this is taxation without representation. The people of California who pay taxes, and that's where the money comes from. Most of the revenues from any government is going to come from taxes. When you are taking money from taxpayers that work in this country and you're giving it to people who just walk in the door, who most of them don't have ID, we don't know where they're from, we know nothing about them, and you give them homes. Let me tell you, I wish someone right now, I wonder if I could go to California and apply. Would they give me $150,000 to start a home? Now, people have said $150,000 to buy a home in California is nothing, but it's more than the natives get. If it's more than the people from California get, it's a whole lot. Let's not downplay it. It is a whole lot, because if you look at how much it takes and how long it takes for working Americans to buy a home, and we do not get anything for free. We are not getting zero down payments. We're not getting zero interest rate loans. We are going through the process so that they can give our money away. And the reason they're giving it away, let's think about this. Okay, everybody says they're giving it away and they're buying votes. But I want to say something to the illegal immigrants. They were not good to Native Americans when they came here. They were not good to African slaves that they brought here. They were not good to the people that came here from Ellis Island from Europe. They were not good to them. What do you think they're going to do to you in just a few years? You're just going to be one of us. So I'm just saying to you, this is something that every American should think about, and do not let them get away with this. This is in California, the home of the person who's running for president of the United States.
You heard my auntie. Y'all know what my auntie said. Now, I want to take y'all to this Politico article really quickly. And it says a California slavery reparations bill unraveled over Gavin Newsom amendments, right? And so it seems to be the nature of all the political machinations in California go like this. The blacks want reparations. The elected officials, they know it's a dead issue. They couldn't really stop the issue from being like raised, but they know they can't really sell it. And the governor knows ultimately he can't allow this to happen. And so now the governor got put into a box. Like all the black council people were like, hey, man, the niggas want a reparations bill. And so the governor now has to quietly be like, we really can't. And then he has to send the black city council to actually be the physical body blocking the reparations. It's very nasty work. A California state lawmaker is blaming Governor Gavin Newsom for the stalling of key slavery reparations bills on the final day of the legislative session. Democratic State Senator Stephen Bradford and other advocates backing the state's multi-year effort to repair harms from institutional racism say Newsom's aides pushed to dramatically narrow a proposal for a new state reparations agency. The changes mean the state would instead simply authorize the further study of the issue. See, Newsom didn't want to actually put money on the table. It's all good until you start talking about how much money you're going to give niggas, and then all of a sudden niggas ain't getting no money. Draft amendments obtained by Politico Saturday but dated Monday propose spending $6 million to California State University to study how to implement recommendations from the state task force on reparations, including how to confirm the status of a person seeking reparations. The draft changes remove the bill's core purpose, creating a new Freedmen Affairs Agency. It's 2024, and these niggas want a Freedmen's Affairs Agency. Let that sink in. If you create a Freedmen's Affairs Agency right now, the people most eligible for that shit would be like new migrants, because they will claim asylum. Somebody wants to kill me in my home country. They enslaving me. They're gonna come up with some way to give that shit to immigrants, nigga. Several reparations bills promoted by the California Legislative Black Caucus passed the legislature this year. They include one from Bradford creating a process for Californians whose lands were stolen from them through eminent domain. Another from Assemblymember Reggie Jones Sawyer requires the state to formally apologize for slavery, racism, and discrimination. Bradford, who served on the Reparations Task Force, said on Saturday he refused to accept the governor's proposed amendments. He also said that he suggested that his position created pressure for leaders of the California Legislative Black Caucus to shelve the bills, saying he disagreed with their decision to only hold them now because of possible concerns that have been expressed by the administration. You hear challenges on every piece of legislation, the senator said. That doesn't mean you don't move forward with it. California Black Caucus members worried potential votes would reflect badly on the rest of the reparations bills, said Chris Lodgson, lead organizer and advocate for the Coalition for a Just and Equitable California. Lodgson was among the activists crowding in an area in the Capitol Rotunda Saturday, shouting bill numbers at Black Caucus members as they went through the vote. "This is your mother's bill," one person yelled at Shirley Weber's daughter, a Democratic Assembly member, Akilah Weber. "Don't let them destroy your mother's legacy." So this is the political article here. I'm just kind of skimming through that, but I want to take you now to the actual Negroes on the floor, because you know Negroes is upset. Grows mad, y'all. Grows mad. I don't know how else to say this shit. All right, God damn it, Grows mad, and it is what it is. Niggas ain't getting no money, and Grows mad. God damn it. Happy Sunday, everybody. Happy Sunday.
No more money for you. It's lazy. You lazy. You lazy. No more money for you.
Hoes mad, hoes mad, hoes mad, hoes mad, hoes mad, hoes mad.
This is about targeting women of color in the United States of America. Don't tell me, because I didn't get a single apology.
Time has expired.
My life was threatened. Thank you.
Hoes mad, hoes mad, hoes mad, hoes mad, hoes mad, hoes mad, hoes mad.
All right, now we got this California Kyrie Irving dude over here.
Speaking need to bring the bills up now. These are their bills. They have their names on the bills. They killing their own bills because they scared of the government. Now, listen, they gonna see this and they gonna get mad at us. They killing their own bills, then they gonna get mad at us. They killing their own bills because they scared of the government. We don't care.
We need to
Bring the goddamn bills up now.
The governor needs to understand that the world is watching California, and this is going to have a direct impact on your friend Kamala Harris, who's running for president. This is going to have a direct impact. So pull up the bills now, vote on them, and sign them.
We have
We've been waiting for over 400 years.
Speaking of
Niggas have not been in California for 400 years. It's weird that California wants to lead the reparations charge, where technically they never really had slavery in California. They may have had an odd slave who got brought over there by somebody, but they never really officially had slavery in California. But California gassed niggas up into thinking they was going to get all these hundreds of millions of dollars. Don't tell niggas that you owe them money, bro, because niggas will never forget it. Even if you never actually owed them anything, if you tell niggas you owe them some money, they showing up on your doorstep early.
Reparations. No vote. Democrat, Republican.
Damn. You deny niggas a reparations check and somebody say we living in the last days. Ain't that some shit? Ain't that some bullshit? Oh, it's the last days. The white man don't want to give you no reparations. All of a sudden, it's apocalyptic.
What's wrong with you? What's wrong with y'all? You niggas are crazy.
No more blue wave bullshit. This is why I want Kamala's supporters to press her on reparations. Reparations will blow the party up. Because the Democrats can't technically promise reparations. It is way too complicated of an issue to sort out. And niggas won't be satisfied with anything less than a check with their name on it. You can't win like that ultimately, right? You can win like that in the short term, which is kind of what's been happening, right? You keep promising the niggas glory and hallelujah, and they'll vote blue no matter who. But as time goes on and they get further away from glory and you hear less and less hallelujah, niggas start to wonder where my money at. It starts to become that family, the Family Matters skit. Brian, where's my money? Brian, you got my money? Where my money, Democrats? Democrats, I want my fucking money.
We're gonna see.
I got a step.
Whoever is running against her, please contact District 11, you're done. District 11.
And as I'm looking at this reparations bubble burst right in the face, look how sad she looks right here. Look at this woman. And she's not even a bad looking Keisha. She's a solid 6.5. I'll give her a 7 if she get on. If she take off her reparations outfit, she probably look better. But she looks sad right now because she ain't getting no money. All right? She looks sad. I need a whole sad drop. I guess I gotta get AI or something to create a whole sad drop. It doesn't hit the same as Hoes Mad.
Hoes mad. Hoes mad. Hoes mad. Hoes mad. Hoes mad. Hoes mad.
This is about targeting
targeting women of color in the United States of America. Don't tell me, because I didn't get a single apology when my life was threatened. Thank you.
Hoes mad, hoes mad, hoes mad, hoes mad, hoes mad, hoes mad, hoes mad.
Yeah, Sad Keisha knew she was gonna get a check, gonna buy her a little Negro house. She could take off her reparations outfit, buy her some white woman clothes. Sad Keisha is legitimately sad right now. It's a whole lot of sad Negroes, man. I gotta tell you. Negroes ain't been this sad since the Civil War, bro. You ain't get this many disappointed Negroes in one place since the Civil War, man. You got to go back to the actual plantation days to get a group of Negroes together sad like this, bro. I could just hear the Negro spirituals in the room. The whole room is just niggas in there. They slavery sad right now, goddamn it. You're done with the Democrats? Well, who you gonna vote for? Who you gonna vote for? You tell me who you gonna vote for. Sad Keisha, who you gonna vote for, bitch? Who you gonna stop playing? Stop playing. Get your sad ass back in that blue box. The fuck wrong with you? Niggas act like they gonna not vote Democrat. Who you gonna vote for? You gonna vote for the white man? You gonna vote for the white man? I dare you. I dare you to vote for the white man. Come on, sad niggas. Go and vote for the white man, Sad Keisha.
You want me on that wall. You need me on that wall.
Just go on and vote. You can still be sad and vote for the white man. Just walk in that booth and vote Trump. And just be and then just vote for Trump. That's how you do it. That's how you do it. You're still gonna be sad, but it's gonna get better. Yo, hey, suspicious. You get the fuck out of this house, talk about the Palestinians, goddammit. Niggas up here trying to fight for justice and reparations money, and you up here, what about a Palestinian? Ain't no Palestinian plantations in Georgia, nigga. I don't know shit about no Palestinian. Ain't that nigga ever go in Gaza. You ain't got none of that shit going on in Gaza, bro. We ain't got none of their problems. They're not like us. Do I need to tell you that? They not like us, bro. I don't know Ned Palestinian nigga. Maybe some Palestinian nigga made me a gyro at some random spot one day at 2:00 in the morning. I don't know. I don't be checking the passport to every gyro maker I encounter, but I don't really know Ned Palestinian, bro. What are you even talking about? Shout out to all the gyro makers out there, by the way. Y'all niggas is outside this shit on civil rights levels, bro. These niggas really on some civil rights shit. Talking about give us the vote. What you mean give you the vote? Nigga, I freed your black ass already. What the fuck else you want from me? Jesus Christ. I freed a nigga, now they want to vote too? Goddamn.
This makes Jim Crow look like Jim Eagle.
Give us vote. Give us vote. You must give us vote. Give us free. Give us vote. You give us free. You give us vote. These niggas is really back in time. Yo, y'all need to go to Kamala House with that shit, bro, for real. That's the problem. Y'all aiming too low. Y'all aiming too low. California, listen, California going bankrupt, and all the money they got left, they already gave it to the cartels and the Mexicans and the Venezuelans and whatever Latino happens to mosey on in town, right? And so that's just the way it is now. You got to go straight to Kamala. She's the only one who has access to that kind of money at this point. You can't get it from New York. That's done deal. New York is not giving up reparations. That shit ain't happening. California was your best. It was your best shot. It's the bluest, wokest state. California is woker than New York City, right? And so, because New York City is really the woke part of New York. Outside of New York City, it gets considerably less woke, right? But California, you got San Francisco, you got, Sacramento, you got San Diego, you got like woke population centers in California. So if it was going to happen anywhere, it was going to happen there, and it didn't happen there. So now you got to go to Kamala. You got to go to Big K. I don't know if Big K going to give you your money, but you got to go to Big K now.
We grew up for you work for us,
And look. Those are black guys that they have to protest. This is the sweet irony of it all, right? Because Gavin Newsom can do whatever is best for him as governor, and that's fine, right? But you guys are the California Black Caucus, right? So black people, just like in the federal level Black Caucus and the congressional Black Caucus, black people look to you to exercise their black will, right? And so when the white governor says no reparations for you Negroes, this is literally the moment that the California Black Caucus was created for. Like you had one job, right? It's that. It's really that all over again. You had one job. You had one fucking job. Niggas don't give a shit about no Rodney King. We don't give a fuck about no baby mama welfare check. It was always and only about reparations. You had one job, nigga. And look at you now. Look at the angry black women. She drove from Los Angeles to Sacramento, and you ain't giving her no money. She ain't got no gas money. How is she supposed to get home now? She was counting on that reparations check to fill her gas tank. How is she supposed to get home now? This one right here, she frustrated. She pissed. This one right here, she pissed. She got that little red bone anger in her, but she ain't got nobody to take it out on, so she gonna take it out on whatever black man is in her life. Niggas about to catch hell, boy. Niggas is about to catch hell. These bitches was promised money and they ain't getting no money. And all she got is your bum ass. Oh, niggas is about to catch hell, bro. Look. We need to take this fight to Nancy Pelosi's house. Because, she's in California. She's closer than Kamala, technically. Kamala don't live there no more. Kamala lives in D.C. now. You Cali niggas, you go to Nancy Pelosi's house. That's what you do.
California lawmakers just passed a law. It hasn't been signed by Governor Newsom, but giving government assistance to undocumented immigrants to buy houses. That's kind of a different place than the Democratic Party used to be on immigration, is it not? I'm not going to say that's what the country's going to do. But
it went really quickly too. It went from these people are struggling and desperate. America ruined their countries. Whatever vague South American country. They must come from America fucked it up, and so we have to let them come here. And now, well, let them buy mansions and shit. You know, they need houses. We got houses. Give them money so they can buy houses, right? You see how quickly that happened?
That's certainly where California is.
Well, let me just say, immigration had always been a bipartisan issue. I refer you to
But not free houses.
Well, that's not free housing. It's the American dream being available to more people. But understand this about immigration.
They giving the cartel free trap houses, bro. Just read between the lines. The cartel's gonna have free trap houses, bro. They're gonna have nicer trap houses than any of you niggas ever had. You niggas had to trap out of the bando. You had to trap out of the motherfucking bando, and California is buying the cartel free trap houses, bro.
Best speech on immigration was by President Ronald Reagan. This is the last speech I will make as President of the United States. I want to communicate a message to the country I love. And he talked about the Statue of Liberty and the beacon of hope it is to the world, and what America was preeminent in the world because our door was always open, and we will cease to be preeminent.
An open door isn't the same as a free house, right? The open door isn't anywhere near the same deal as, here, buy a house. I'll give you all the money you might need to get started.
When we shut the door. Now, I don't do justice to the great communicator. Google it. It's a fabulous speech. And George Herbert Walker Bush continued in that respect for the diversity of America and the rest. California's always in the lead. Maybe others will follow that lead, but that's up to those states. But we are very blessed here with beautiful diversity.
So you'd vote for this law?
Excuse me?
So you'd vote for this?
How come California has diversity money for everybody except Black reparations, right? Everybody gets diversity money in California except for a reparations check for Black people. And California is the most progressive. They progress harder. They progressive harder than anybody else progressives, bro.
This law.
Well, I'm not familiar with exactly what that is, but making the American dream of home ownership available to all people is something we have to do for people who are here now.
This is before you were citizen. This is undocumented. This is for the undocumented.
Well, what I would like to do is move them to documented. The fact that we can move them to documented.
Well, you can't give them loans unless you document them, right? You can't just give money to faceless essays and shit, right? Just a bunch of niggas named Jose. That's not going to work, right? So you have to document them so you know who you're giving the money to, right? Yeah, think about it. Yeah.
One of the best things that we can do for our economy is to pass comprehensive immigration reform.
See, they're going to make them legal and give them free trap houses, y'all. They're going to make the illegals legal and give them a free boost. Hey, you need a trap house? What you got? You got some coke? You got fentanyl? You got hoes? You want to sell hoes? Come here, I got a house for you. You can sell hoes right out of this house. Meanwhile, back in Sacramento, where the Negros are mad.
Members, I rise in support of AB 1840, and I want to thank our colleague from Fresno for bringing this forward. I get the privilege of being in the Latino caucus as well as the Black caucus and many other caucuses.
Whoa, you're in the Latino caucus and the Black caucus? Wait a minute now. Hold up now. Hold on up now. I got to do some thinking about this. Hold on up now. Is this like being an American congressman and having Israeli citizenship as well? Huh. I don't know why that just came to mind, huh? I don't know what to think about this. I got to think deeply on this. I don't know if I want to comment any further on that right there. I think I've said enough. I said a lot. Maybe I've said too much. I need to think more.
Thank you, members. I rise in support of AB 1840, and I want to thank our colleague from Fresno for bringing this forward. I get the privilege of being in the Latino caucus as well as the Black caucus and many other caucuses.
Miss Bonta is the Black and Brown Coalition. We got a Blatino BBW. Miss Bonta. I feel like Bonta is like a Mexican slang word for fucking fat bitches. Mia Bonta, Bonta, Bonta. It's probably not even Mexican slang. It's like, it sounds more like Puerto Rican slang, honestly. Ay, 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 Bonta, Bonta, Bonta.
And I believe in a California that has invested in an opportunity economy. And I know that that opportunity economy exists because our undocumented community members are contributing dollar after dollar to that opportunity economy. And we're in a situation right now where we are so convinced in our minds, some of us, that in order to give to one, it means that I'm taking away from someone else. That is not the California that I live in. The California that I live in recognizes that our undocumented immigrants are the people who built California, are the people every single day who contribute to California's economy, and are the people who are trying, striving.
You're talking to me about stuff. Why? I'd rather see your titties.
Bonta, bonta, bonta. I did not mean to close that window. Give me 1 second to get back into it. She was getting on my nerves, though.
So this is Assemblyman Mr. Bryan. He's mad I brought up the reparations vote. So he's preventing me from speaking. And he's trying to block my access to it. Why are you so upset?
You vote for 3 strikes. You put black folks in prisons,
but
now you want to be a reparations person.
Well,
but you won't vote for the bill. I supported the bill all session.
Then bring the bill.
Will you vote for the bill, Mr.
Bring the bill.
Will you vote for the bill?
Bring it up.
Will you vote for reparations?
Bring it up.
I would love it.
Bring it up.
Let's vote for reparations
Bring
together.
It up. Bring it up.
You in, Bill?
Bring it up.
I didn't think so.
Bring it up. I'll vote for it. Bring it up. I'll vote for it. So this is Assemblyman Mr. Bryan. He's mad I brought up the reparations vote. So he's preventing me from speaking. And he's trying to block my access to it. Why are
So apparently a Latino Republican introduced the bill to the floor to call the bluff of the POC Democrats, right? I mean, they're all POCs in California, honestly. But the Latino Republican, he says, bring up the reparations bill, nigga. Put your bill on the table, nigga. And this allegedly, I guess he's a black guy. I'm not sure. California people, they get a little too diverse sometimes. You can't tell really where they belong, which ethnicity they belong to. They just have this weird racially fluid look. Like this guy is very racially fluid. He can be an Arab, he can be a Dominican, he can be a mixed black and white guy. Shit, he might even be Greek. If he shaved a beard and just go straight bald head, he could pass for Greek.
are you so upset?
You vote for 3 strikes. You put black folks in prisons, but
here
now
for
you
3
want to be a reparations person.
Well,
But you won't vote
have
for the bill. I
we
supported
should
the bill all session.
Then bring the bill.
Will you vote for the bill, Mr.
Bring the bill.
Will you vote for the bill?
Bring it up.
Will you vote for reparations?
Bring it
I
up.
would love it.
Bring it up.
Let's vote for reparations
Bring it up.
together.
He really is like the new California Democrat male, right? Just a racially ambiguous. I mean, I guess he identifies as male most likely, right? But gender fluid, racially ambiguous, right? That's the new California male model. Gender fluid, racially ambiguous guys fighting for the cause, right? And the Republicans embarrassed the Democrats.
Staley,
They
we
brought
are
the
not
bill up
at
and the
that
Democrats
item at the
won't vote
moment.
on it.
We are still working on the. Mr. Staley, we are not at that item at the moment. We are still working on the concurrence list. Pick it up. We're currently not on that item. We're currently working on the concurrence list. So will we be getting to that item? Well, we're currently working on the concurrence list at the moment. Well, I'll make a motion that we take it up now. Is there, Mr. Asali is asking to suspend the rules to take it up. Is there a second? No second motion. Second. Was there a second? Nope. There's no motion. We're going to go ahead and move to item number 109, AB 544. Mr. Asali.
I think it's more than obvious. There's obviously some black holdouts. You know, there's always going to be those last people to leave the sinking ship. But it's becoming more and more obvious every day that in the battle of the POC dominance game, the Democrat Party has chosen their favorite POC group, right? And it's not you niggas. You niggas had your run. You niggas had your run, all right? Had Jesse Jackson. You had two first black presidents, you know? Bill Clinton, then Obama. Niggas had their moment in the sun. It was a good run. I mean, I don't think it was a good run, but technically you can say it was a good run because niggas got a lot of, we had the BET Awards and shit. Soul Train Music Awards. Because being the Democrats' favorite racial subgroup, it had social economic benefits too, right? Socioeconomic benefits. So we got to have black celebrities, right? Because now we understand it was all part of a mission. We had to keep the Negroes happy, had to keep the Negroes on board, had to keep the Negroes believing in a promised land. And now that the promises are being offered to another group, I think you do just sort of have to accept that your run has come to an end. Looking back, you always look back and feel like, damn, we should have done more with it, right? Like, instead of a hip hop industry, we should have just dominated the STEM fields back in the 80s. We should have been teaching the kids ones and zeros instead of hi-hats and 16 bars and shit, right? But hindsight is always 20/20 vision, right? That's just the way it is. We still got the NBA. Oh, well, yeah. Wetbacks don't play basketball. No, we still got the NBA. I mean, I guess they won't take that from us for a while, right? And it doesn't look like soccer is going to become America's national sport anytime soon. We got football and basketball, though, because, the hip-hop industry is kind of starting to die. This is why they got all these Africans and whatnot. Afro, what's that shit called? Afro beats, whatever that new shit is. The Black American wave is coming over. And yeah, the Euros we are playing a little bit more Euro style basketball. The 80s era of the dominant black aggressive, the Shaqs and the Patrick Ewings. That era does seem to be fading away. There's going to be a lot of light-skinned niggas with wicked jump shots. That's what the NBA is turning into. A lot of light-skinned hybrids with wicked jump shots, bro. We had our moment in the sun, though. We had our run. You can't say niggas didn't have their run. I feel like we should have a funeral for the black loss of status, right? We should not a celebration, but I mean something like that, because I don't want it to be a purely sad funeral. I want it to be like a remembrance of our great moments, We should celebrate our glory days before it all starts to go to hell. That's all I'm saying.
In a recent Substack column, Ann Coulter, you wrote that Donald Trump made an important point when he said of the Democrats' most recent presidential nominee, she was always of Indian heritage and she was only promoting Indian heritage. I didn't know she was black until a number of years ago when she happened to turn black, and now she wants to be known as black. Why do you say that was an important point?
The important point he should have made is that the entire purpose of affirmative action set aside civil rights laws that limit constitutional rights to freedom of contract, freedom of association. All of that was to make up for the legacy of slavery and Jim Crow. So
we had a great moment. We had so much. I mean, theoretically, maybe not actually, but theoretically, we had so much power at our disposal, right? We had the nation's sympathy. We had political momentum. We had so much, and we squandered it, gave it away. It's over now.
Unless these benefits are going to, roughly defined, foundational Black Americans, the descendants of American slaves, you've taken away the whole purpose of this.
Last call for Ann Coulter is Belia in Harlem, Democrats line. Please go ahead.
Thank you, Peter. I was just listening to what Peter read a few moments ago, that piece about Kamala Harris and her being, grabbing onto her quote unquote blackness. I'm 54, and you're absolutely right. And yes, former President Trump mentioned about her, all of a sudden finding out or becoming black.
Well, even if she had always, and thank you very much for your call, even if she had always claimed to be an American Black, it's simply factual that she is not a foundational Black American. And again, that is why
Ann Coulter try to use our black words, yo? And shout out to Ann Coulter, by the way. Miss Ann could still get it. I would still give it to Miss Ann out of respect. I would give it to her out of respect, because she always been on the right, and I feel like she's earned that. I feel like she's really earned that. I would give it to her on some like respectful nobility type shit. Because she representing the FBAs and all of that. How do you not give her some?
Claimed to be an American Black. It's simply factual that she is not a foundational Black American. And again, that is why America has all of these provisions like affirmative action and set-asides and civil rights laws. It is because of the shame and guilt about slavery and Jim Crow, both little democratic enterprises, by the way.
Slavery and Jim Crow are democratic institutions.
So it all has to be spent on Black Americans, not on any loser with a grievance from around the world. And that's what it's become.
Now, speaking on losers with a grievance from around the world, let's talk about this immigration thing. Because, we already determined your money's not really coming. Some niggas might get a little bit of money here and there for some shit because, that's just local government does it like that. And niggas are the Black American native born, the SBA, the blood and soil Black Americans, we are a dwindling number. And so the amount of money devoted to our issues will effectively be a dwindling pot, right? Because we give it away to random foreigners who say they need help.
All of us is to be human, is to face adversity in our lives.
Concord Missionary Baptist Church on Chicago's South Side has transformed in the last 2 years. The historically Black church now offers live translation during its services to accommodate a growing number of Spanish-speaking congregants who fled their homes for the United States. Kenneth Phelps is the church's pastor.
They're here.
They hablo español at your historic Black church in fucking Chicago. Chicago is allegedly the blackest town in the fucking country, right? Maybe Atlanta, Maybe Louisiana, but Chicago niggas want they want that title. Like New York City might be the biggest city in the whole country. And New York niggas, you know, we lead the trend of you know, black fashion and culture allegedly, but Chicago is like the black capital. Like that's the capital of all the Midwest niggas and most of the West Coast niggas, right? Dirty folks, don't you dare bow your head in shame now. You need to hold your head up proud and take hold of what your city has done. All right? Don't be ashamed of Chicago now, nigga.
They're hungry and they're hurting. And
they're hungry and they're hurting, dirty folks. They're hungry and they're hurting. And we got biscuits with honey on them. All right? The Latinos are hungry and they're hurting. And Pastor right here, he got biscuits with honey on them.
And, you know, from a Christian standpoint, we've always welcomed the visitors and strangers.
People like Balexi Lugo, who are strangers no more. She now lives in a studio apartment with her 2 daughters after spending 6 months in a city-run shelter when they arrived from Venezuela.
It's good to feel that you have peace, and Pastor Phelps has helped me a lot with that.
If this bitch don't catch the Holy Ghost and start speaking some English in this Lord's house, no, bro, this is a historic black church in Chicago. You know, I got an aunt. Well, I had an aunt. She's passed a long time now. It was my grandmother's sister, so she was a great aunt technically. But yeah, Aunt Martha, she was a nice lady. I always loved her. Crazy old lady when she got old and senile. My Aunt Martha actually went to a church like this. And I know the social and local political significance of these places, these historic, these 100-and-something-year-old black churches, these churches that have been around since Jim Crow was a little baby. And now they're speaking bean language. Oh my God. Jesus Christ. I can't believe what the hell happening here. How long before they have tacos after Sunday service, bro? It's gonna start out slow. Somebody's gotta. They're gonna introduce, you know, a little Mexican dish after the Sunday service, because you know all the church ladies they're gonna be making their fried chicken and their collard greens and their yams and shit. And some little old Mexican grand lady, she gonna come up, you know, arroz con pollo. Nothing crazy, just something light, because you know she wants to be a part of the thing and she wants to add to it. And the next thing you know, it's gonna be a whole fucking taco buffet.
Problem that we have or anything we need, he always tells us to let him know and that he'll take care of us. I feel at home.
But the integration of these new members has not been easy.
Many of the community weren't welcoming.
Phelps says community outrage erupted early last year when the city opened a shelter for migrants at a defunct elementary school around the corner from the church.
This is what giving away your culture looks like. This is, and it's a weird thing. This is why, as the deeper I get into these ideas, and the more I work through these grand historical themes, I've come to a simple truth, right? I forgive the very notion of slavery and racism and all that, and it's not to, you know, take away any moral weight from the issues, right? But I think about that conversation we had a couple of streams ago where I said, black folk never really had the burden of empire. They don't understand the burden of empire because technically black Americans have never truly been like at a point of pure isolation. So it's like you against the world. There was always like the white man hovering around. And so the white man was really like running the country while the black folk were trying to get on their feet, you know, like right after the Civil War and that kind of stuff. And so from there on, you've never really had the burden of like We really gotta make this work or we're gonna die. The whole thing, the whole country of us is gonna die, right? That's why if you think about the story of Liberia, right? So Marcus Garvey, back in the 1900s, the early 1900s, he starts this Back to Africa movement. He gets a lot of Black Americans amped up on the idea of returning to the alleged motherland. And so I don't think Garvey ever set foot in Africa because he was a fraud in a lot of ways. But the movement bore fruit. And so a lot of Black folk wind up starting the country of Liberia, right? And the ironic thing is basically what they determined once they got there is like, yo, if we want to make this country work, we're going to have to enslave these niggas. Some brutal white man logic for you right there, isn't it? If you want to make things work, you're going to have to force these niggas to be better. We came back to Africa as the white man, attempting to establish a white man style culture in Liberia. And we immediately saw the problem that the white man understood. You're just going to have to force them to do it.
You want me on that wall. You need me on that wall.
And so, like I said, I've come to a revelation now. You know, you must be at peace with all things, because God forbid one day you're at the helm of an empire. What would you do to keep it all going? I wouldn't allow this shit. That's step one. This shit would never fucking happen right here.
The community had been told that it would be a job training center.
We were told that, the city didn't have resources to do that. And then somehow, mysteriously, magically, you find monies to open up a shelter. Just didn't set right with the community.
Over the last 2 years, Chicago has spent nearly $500 million on aiding migrants. It's one of several Democratic-led cities targeted by Texas Governor Greg Abbott, who has bused more than 100,000 migrants in a politically motivated move to shift the nation's attention to immigration.
I took the border to them, and those buses will continue to roll until we finally secure our border.
I spoke on this before. I got mixed feelings about that whole Texas busing thing, because now you're just shooting Mexican missiles at people in the country, in the heartland of America, in countries that have never really had experience with the Mexican population missile. And I don't know if it's really the problem. It's not the solution we ultimately need. Like, it's cool when you hit, Kamala's house, you sent them to Martha's Vineyard. But if the buses are just nonstop going from here to there, it's really not a solution. You're really just spreading the problem out. It's like the virus is growing exponentially now.
At its peak in January, Chicago housed 15,000 migrants. Today, the number is roughly 5,000. A drop that has coincided with a massive decline in the number of people apprehended crossing the southern border, due in part to a Biden administration action currently blocking asylum seekers.
So there are no people to put on buses to Chicago in mass numbers that we're aware of.
Beatriz Ponce de Leon, Chicago's deputy mayor for immigrant, migrant, and refugee rights, says the city is looking for more action from Washington.
This is a federal responsibility. What we have done here is build an asylum seeker resettlement program. It has been tense at times.
And it's ironic because they say it's a federal responsibility. However, none of these people would permit the federal government to just actually effectively police the border. Like, Poland just now approved lethal force in defense of its borders, right? So if you're a part of any of these migrant gangs, these migrant caravans walking from freaking Syria into Europe, and you make your way into Poland, they will shoot you now. They will fucking shoot you. And that's what they should be doing. You should, as a sovereign nation, you should always start out from the position, I will shoot you if you walk in here unwelcome at any point on the border. I don't care if it's near the ocean and you swam in. I don't care if you walk through the deepest woods to get in here. I don't care if you came in here on a cargo container. If I catch you, I just might shoot you. I need you to understand that. I want you to know that just like paying the coyotes or whatever, me shooting you in the face is an accepted possibility of you coming here.
And I want to understand white rage, and I'm white.
But we have managed to do it without taking away from any programs or any other communities.
Like his 2020 and 2016 campaigns, Trump has increasingly demonized migrants.
They're poisoning the blood of our country. That's what they've done. They poison mental institutions and prisons all over the world.
Earlier this week, repeating his 2020 message that migrants were destroying American suburbs, Trump's campaign posted a meme on social media saying, "Import the third world, become the third world." But he's also using the influx of migrants.
Listen, if you import the Latinos into your historic black church, it becomes Iglesia de Historia, okay? It's not going to be the same thing. If you're going to allow your black churches, and this is like a really weird, it seems like such an odd, like unwelcoming position to take, but fuck that. That's how I am. That's how I roll. You're not like me. But that's the reality, right? Like you're welcoming a completely different culture into the very spot, the very place where your culture physically exists. Two cultures rarely, almost never coexist side by side peacefully. It takes great top-down pressure for that to happen. And that's the other thing we're flirting with too, right? The ultimate totalitarian state, because diversity is our strength. If I put a gun to everybody's head.
In blue cities over the last 2 years to win over some black voters at the margins.
I will tell you that coming from the border are millions and millions of people that happen to be taking black jobs.
Again, perception is reality when it comes to politics.
Jaime Dominguez is a professor at Northwestern University. He says the large numbers of migrants sent to Chicago and other cities ignited a broader discussion among Democrats.
It did at least force the Democratic Party to begin to have a conversation, right, about going forward, what kind of platform that we're going to put forward when it came to immigration.
As a border state prosecutor, she took on drug cartels.
In recent weeks, the Harris campaign began running ads in Arizona and Nevada that lean into her background as Attorney General of California and includes a pledge to hire thousands more Border Patrol agents. In rallies, Vice President Kamala Harris has attacked Republicans for killing a border security bill.
It's crazy how she's pledging to do things that her party is not doing right now. And this is the wild problem of Kamala running. Like, at least with Joe on the ticket, it would be like, you know, we're going to make adjustments. We're going to move forward. And Kamala, it's like she can't really make the same argument because she's not officially in power, but like who's running things? Because Joe been eating ice cream cones on the beach for like last month or so.
One of the most conservative to be considered by Congress in decades.
Earlier this year, we had a chance to pass the toughest bipartisan border security bill in decades. But Donald Trump tanked the deal.
Despite polls showing Harris ahead or gaining momentum in nearly all battleground states, a recent PBS News NPR Marist poll found registered voters favor Trump on handling immigration, 53% compared to 47% for Harris. The former president has made the deportation of undocumented immigrants a central tenet of his campaign's immigration proposals.
We are going to start the largest mass deportation in the history of our country because we have no choice.
That worries 24-year-old Estefania Riera, who arrived in Chicago 4 months ago with her partner and her 2 children.
We feel very hurt. We understand the damage they will do to us. There may be some people who come to do harm, but we are not all the same. In Venezuela, my 13-year-old brother was killed, so I fled to the United States. We just...
Nah, she gotta go. She gotta go. That bitch got drama. She got problems at home. They're gonna follow her here. We already got enough Venezuelans. She not even one of the pretty ones. Nah, she gotta go. If she was like really sexy, I would almost consider it, at least for one night. But nah, she gotta go. She already said she got problems. She got beef at home. She can't stay here.
just want to work, to look for a better life here for our children and for ourselves.
We're all out of better lives, baby. I don't know if they told you this. I don't know if they like, I don't know how to translate this to you in Venezuelan slang, but we are fresh out of better lives in America, sweetie. Damn. We just ran out like 3 days ago. Yeah, we gave the last one to this guy named Fred in Michigan. Yeah, he's gonna be all right. But we have no more better lives to give you right now. It's crazy. I know. What are you gonna do?
Riera is a client at Onward House on the city's northwest side, a nonprofit supporting asylum seekers in Chicago. Despite fewer people arriving in recent months, caseworker Johnny Barrera says the organization is still scrambling to provide services.
We actually have more than 1,000 on the waiting list, so it's a very high need.
Barrera says many clients here are aware that their ability to make a life in the U.S. may be upended if former President Trump wins in November.
They're very well informed on what's going on. And so having to come into this country during the elections and now having to run the risk of being deported, the clients are very afraid.
They should be. Why is that a bad thing? Listen, you don't need to be here. We're struggling having you here. Having you not here would mean we would struggle less, right? So honestly, you should be like happy to go home. If you love America so much, you really got to leave.
Here in Chicago, the promised influx of migrants from Texas to coincide with the Democratic National Convention hasn't materialized. And today, U.S. Customs and Border Protection announced that encounters were down 32% from June to July, the lowest monthly total since September of 2020. And that's the first full month of data since President Biden signed an executive action restricting asylum seekers.
Yeah, so while we're still in Chicago, let me show you something. Shit's going down all over, man.
But they robbed. You've actually said that Venezuelan immigrants are responsible for a lot of the crime that's happening in Chicago right now.
Yeah, they are.
How so?
They walking around with machetes. It's like they trying to take I don't know what they doing, man, but they robbing people. They shooting people on the red lines. They kidnapping people. Like they finding women in trash cans and garbage bins and shit. Like some things like you aware of that wasn't happening before they got here.
Finding women in trash cans and garbage bins.
You want me on that wall. You need me on that wall.
Robbing people, they shooting people on the red lines. They kidnapping people. Like they finding women in trash cans and garbage bins and shit. Like some things like you aware of that wasn't happening before they got here. Like and due to the president, the senior citizen, he a vegetable. I don't even know why he the president, but due to him trying to get in and beat Trump, he willing to do whatever to beat him. Now they getting these guys IDs, man. When illegals was able to get an ID. Like y'all getting them state IDs, who paying for this? Who paying for $9,000 for them to get a month? We ain't even getting $9,000 a month.
So currently, even gang members are
Yo, the illegals is getting free trap houses, yo. Straight up. I'm not just saying that to be like linguistically flamboyant. No. Imagine what they're going to do with the money. The free trap houses. That's how it works. The government is buying your trap house. So think about this, right? You got your team, your crew, whatever. Y'all on this side of town. You got your business. You got money, whatever coming in. And not only do you got There's new competition setting up really close to where y'all live, but they're government funded. Fucking hell, bro.
Illegals was able to get ID. Like, y'all getting them state IDs, who paying for this? Who paying for $9,000 for them to get a month? We ain't even getting $9,000 a month.
So currently, even gang members are complaining about illegal migrant gangs in Chicago specifically. And it's only going to get worse. If you take a look at what's going on in Colorado, specifically Aurora and Denver, the shit's out of control. But the crazy thing is, to me, is that these states and these cities continue to vote for people who are flooding their cities and their states with all these illegal migrants who have no business being there. Gang activity is up, all kinds of crimes up, violent crime, theft, rape, assault. Everything is up through the roof in these cities that were already really bad before, but now they're 100 times worse with people who have no fucking business being in our country. But hey, go ahead and keep voting for the party who's actively flooding your streets with these people. I think at some point we have to ask the question, and that question is, what is the Democrats' agenda with flooding American streets with all these illegal migrants? Why are they fighting for illegal migrants 1,000 times harder than they are fighting for the American citizens? Why? What are you trying to do? What's the purpose? What is the agenda of you doing this? We got to ask this question, because they're not doing it for no reason. There's a plan. They probably have some kind of plan for 15 years down the line. And it's not going to be good for America. I can guarantee you that much.
All right, forgive me. I'm pulling in right now. I'm just so upset about this whole thing right now. So, yes, it's true. If you've been seeing about the stuff in...
Hey, real quick, before I let him finish, this is actually probably the biggest story happening right now outside of the election itself. And there's no national news coverage as far as I know. There's been no NBC Nightly News. CNN's not really going ham about it. None of the big left-leaning news outlets are really pumping this story.
Aurora, Colorado, about the Venezuelan gangs taking over two apartment complexes. Yes, it's very true. I happened to drive to Aurora today for business. Not even fucking, what time is it? Yeah, not even 3 hours ago I was in Aurora. All right, and I was right near where that shit happening. Let me tell you, man, holy shit. Let me tell you right now that this shit's no fucking joke. All right, these motherfuckers is really out here with fucking AKs, fucking guarding an apartment complex that does not belong to them. Okay? This is the Venezuelan gangs that came up here. I can't remember what the fuck their name is, but yeah, that's real. Like, the shit's getting dire. All right? I'm out here right now. Aurora, Colorado, or not Aurora, Colorado. I'm in Lakewood, Colorado, bro. All right? I'm on the opposite side of the metro area, man, but I go all the way over there for my videography. I go over there for recording shit. I go over there for all types of shit. I'm sorry, forgive me. I'm just heated about this. It's just really bad that, like, people really don't think this is happening, bro. This Venezuelan prison gang took over 2 apartment complexes in my fucking state, man. And, like, yes, it's real. It's getting real. That's why I stay with what I got. You know what I'm saying? And if you don't have something like that and this shit happening, you gotta beware.
Everybody needs to go make sure they're protected and armed. You know, don't just buy hardware too. Buy appropriate clothing. You know, something that'll protect your chest and all your vitals. You gotta keep your vitals warm. In case you get a hole in one of your vitals, you gotta keep it warm.
That's all I'm saying. People see what you have. People see what you have when you don't look, man, and be prepared for that shit to get taken. I mean, that might be fear mongering or whatever the fuck Kamala Harris want to say, but it's fear mongering. No, it's fucking not. This is reality right here. This is like 10 toes down in the state. So if you're wondering what's happening with Colorado, that's what's happening. All right, this ain't no fear mongering. There are people being charged rent out in this apartment complex, bro. They called the FBI They said they could do nothing about it. They called the state, Colorado PD, all of them, dude. No, they can't do nothing about it. Oh, and they also called the marshals, from what I hear. Nothing they can do about it, apparently. Nothing you can do about immigrants taking over an apartment complex by force? What? Make it make sense. Make it make sense.
Yeah. It seems like we're getting to a point of civil disorder, which will ultimately balkanize the country on a level no one's ever experienced.
Venezuelan people taking over Humboldt Park in Chicago for a celebration. Streets closed off, traffic nonstop. Venezuelan people taking over Humboldt Park in Chicago for a celebration. Streets closed off, traffic nonstop.
The Mexican who allegedly unalived the 4 Venezuelan immigrants in self-defense in Chicago, near a lake, now faces first-degree murder charges. Authorities have revealed how this argument...
Well, Mexicans 1, Venezuelans 0, maybe, allegedly. I don't know. Maybe this is just a drop in the bucket in a long-running thing. Who knows? But the game is afoot. The game is afoot. We can now start keeping an official tally. We have race wars, ethnic race wars going on. This is going to be so much fun.
Breaking news. The Mexican who allegedly unalived the 4 Venezuelan immigrants in self-defense in Chicago, near a lake, now faces first-degree murder charges. Authorities have revealed how this argument ended in tragedy. Families of different nationalities were gathered at Lake Michigan. A Mexican approached some Venezuelans to politely ask them to turn down their music and stop the commotion.
One of you Chicago dudes told me before the Mexicans don't like the Venezuelans like that. I remember hearing that.
However, the Venezuelans took this as an offense and began to assault the Mexican and his family. The Venezuelans hit the Mexican's son with a broken glass bottle. The Mexican's reaction was to pull out a firearm and allegedly unalive the 4 Venezuelans who started the fight. Venezuelan immigrants need to understand they are no longer in their country. There is law and order in the U.S. Don't attack anyone. People will defend their own. We demand that our compatriot be released, as he was only defending his family from these criminals who came to the United States.
That's right. Fucking Mexicans need to teach the Venezuelans how to be American, goddammit. Yeah, you heard what I said. These motherfucking Mexicans need to teach the goddamn Venezuelans how to be some fucking Americans. Yeah. Educate the motherfuckers in Espanol. Shit crazy, I know. Shit crazy, man. Shit crazy. What are you gonna do? He sound like another Chicago dude.
Like I was saying, I just got out of work, man. I paid $1,200 rent. I got 2 cars, 2 cardinals, 2 shirts, everything like that. But then I look down the street, and they got these people down here, man. They got their house bigger than mine. It's 5 families staying up in the 4 families staying up in the house. Everybody get food stamps. Everybody legal, and they doing better than me. They got 3 F-150s in the yard, a work truck in the yard, a little Camaro.
Freddie Gibbs is feeling some type of way right now, bro. Freddie Gibbs looking around at all these motherfucking Venezuelans pulling up and all this government-sponsored shit. Nigga not feeling that. Yo, shout out to Freddie Gibbs right now. Freddie is fucked up. You got Freddie fucked up.
Like I was saying, I just got out of work, man. I paid $1,200 rent. I got 2 cars, 2 cardinals, 2 shirts, everything like that. But then I look down the street, and they got these people down here, man. They got their house bigger than mine. It's 5 families staying up in the 4 families staying up in the house. Everybody get food stamps. Everybody legal, and they doing better than me. They got They got 3 F-150s in the yard, a work truck in the yard, a little Camaro. Goddamn, man. See, this is my tax money. This y'all tax money, man. You got to pay for their housing now. You got to pay for their food. You know what I'm saying? You got to pay if they hurt themselves. And it's all, they're supposed to be committing crimes by being illegal in the United States. And we got to pay our tax money for it. Explain it to me, man. They down there. They balling down there. I'm down here barely making it. Me and my wife got a good job. And I'm barely making it. And they down there balling. Come on, man. And I'm paying for it. Make America great again, man. Follow me, man. I'm the truth, man.
It's over. New York City has run out of money and will no longer give migrants from Venezuela food stamp cards.
It's all over the country.
Because thousands of pounds of food ended up in the trash can because Venezuelans said that this food was not culturally acceptable to them and that they could not see themselves eating American food. Therefore, they threw it in the trash. Approximately 3,000 migrants received these food stamps cards that allow them to purchase foods and anything that they needed. But the mayor has said that he's out of money. There's no more funds to fund the program that has been giving 3,000 migrants from Venezuela a food stamp card. And so it begins, because these people without food stamp cards, without hotel rooms, crime is about to hit the ceiling. We already seen it. New York crime is to the roof, especially done by these migrants who a lot of them belong to gang membership of El Tren de Aragua. The program was unsustainable. 3,000 Venezuelan migrants receiving food stamps for how long? Hotel rooms for how long? What were you trying to accomplish by providing this program? Because the more you give to people, the less they're going to do for themselves. The mayor of New York has been criticized because how dare he discontinues the program for the migrants from Venezuela? How dare he doesn't provide them with unlimited access to free food and free shelter? The rest of immigrants like myself, we don't get it. We do not get it. We never came to this country to ask for a handout. We came to work. Day one, working. We don't understand it. This is like a foreign language to us. And the absolute worst the mayor of New York could have done for these people is to give them just what they wanted, a handout.
Means that, so I live in Colorado. Colorado obviously is a landlocked state. We do not have any oceans around us. Denver is a sanctuary city, which means that migrants are actively being bussed in to Denver. Denver's already a little bit of a scary city. If you drive downtown, it's a little bit terrifying. But now we have a situation in Aurora. Aurora is about 20 minutes south of Denver. I live one town away from Aurora, just south of it. So not very far. We go to Aurora for a lot of things. Doctors, shopping. There's so many things that we go to Aurora for. So to have this Venezuelan gang taking over with guns apartment buildings, not one, but 2 apartment buildings, is terrifying. It is a small town. I wouldn't consider it a small town. It's a small town compared to Denver, but I mean, it's a suburb of Denver, just like we are. And it's terrifying. I mean, it is, Aurora in our area is known as kind of the rich area, and the kids go to school, you know, when we play the high schools and stuff there, it's like the huge, nice high schools with the giant, beautiful, you know, fields and things like that. And it's scary to think that something like that could happen there. And I'm not very far from there. And what if it happens here? Like, it's getting scary out here. And we're not even in a state where migrants are coming in. They're having to be bussed into us. And this is happening. And if it can happen to us, it can happen to anybody else. And it is terrifying.
Now, this right here, Freedman's Journal earlier, when you said you want everyone else to feel the pressure that all the border states feel, I get that. I respect that. That's, you know, it's an honest move, right? in the long run, it's going to be bad for everyone. But she needs to feel the weight of her decisions and her political outlook.
I live so close to it. It's scary to think that this is what's happening. It's scary to think the world that we're living in, it is nuts. Also, we have a Democratic governor. I wonder if that's part of it. Stay safe out there. Be careful. Be diligent. I'm not a big proponent of having weapons, but I think now it's becoming more and more necessary.
Uh-oh.
Take care of yourself. Take care of your family, because guess what, people? They're coming.
Uh-oh. They're coming.
This is a warning. More and more necessary. Take care of yourself. Take care of your family, because guess what, people? They're coming. Family, because guess what, people? They're coming. They are family, because guess what, people? They're coming. They are coming. This is a warning. This is just the start.
1, 2, Cookie Monster's coming for you. 3, 4, better lock your door. 5, 6, should have been a racist bitch. 7, 8, now you gotta stay up late. 9, 10, don't make any new friends.
You think that this is going to be the end of it? Absolutely not. They're going to pop up all over the United States. They're going to pop up in your area. Even when you think you're safe, you're not. Take precautions now while you can. This is your warning. It's only a matter of time before it comes to my city, because I'm right here. It's already in Denver. It's already in Aurora. They're coming, guys. They're not resting. Take precautions. If our government will not protect us from these people, we need to. We need to make sure we're protecting our family. I am not saying violence is the answer. I don't think it is. I'm not saying that we should just go out shooting. I don't think that's good either. But we have to be careful, and we have to.
Just give it a little while longer, Fat Becky. Just give it a while longer, Fat Becky. And see, right now she's like, I'm not saying we should just go out pew pew pewing. I'm not saying that, because that would be crazy, right? Give it a little while longer, Fat Becky. She's gonna give the free fire order in weeks, bro. And it's only gonna take weeks. And the free fire, Becky's will give the free fire. Yes, Becky will, because for some reason the white man's waiting for Becky's permission.
Make it stop. Make the hurt stop, please.
That's all it's gonna take. That is all it's gonna take. A chorus of young, attractive Beckys saying, "Chad, make it stop. Bobby, make it stop. Chuck, make it stop. Bubba, make it stop." That's all you need, is a chorus of young, attractive white women asking all of their white knights in waiting to make it stop. Just make it stop. There are fucking Negroes everywhere. The fucking Negroes are everywhere. God damn it.
No more money for you. It's lazy. You lazy.
Make it stop. Make the hurt stop, please.
To protect our families. It's coming. Things are coming. And if you can't feel it, then you're going to live to regret it later.
Fat Becky is trying to tell y'all something, all right? Fat Becky is letting you know there's a shift. I can feel it coming in the air tonight. Hold on. I've been waiting for this moment for all my life. Hold on. Just hold on.
Dude, I've lived in Colorado now for I don't know, 4 months. And, you started hearing about the migrants and stuff in Aurora. And then it escalated. They're taking over fucking multiple more than one apartment complexes and like extorting residents for rent. Like, and I'm thinking to myself, what are we doing? Like they're saying that the police won't do anything, the feds won't do anything, marshals won't do anything. Okay, well, like where the vets at? Like I'm dead ass. Fucking hit me up. Like if we can get fucking couple squads plus, this is an invasion. This is
We had to do it. We had to do it. Can you feel it? Can you put a 1 in the chat if you can feel it? Put a 1 in the goddamn chat if you can feel it. The pressure is building. The pressure is building. Put a 1 in the chat if you can feel it coming. I feel something coming.
Dude, I've lived in Colorado now for like, I don't know, 4 months. And, you know, you started hearing about like the migrants and stuff in Aurora. And then it like escalated. You know, they're taking over fucking like more than one apartment complexes and like extorting residents for rent. Like, and I'm thinking to myself, what are we doing? Like they're saying that the police won't do anything, the feds won't do anything, marshals won't do anything. Okay, well, like where the vets at? Like I'm dead ass. Fucking hit me up. Like if we can get fucking couple squads plus, this is an invasion. This is an enemy domestic. Holy shit. Let's do it. Dude, I've lived in Colorado now.
There's been rumors of an alleged intervention by the biker gang, the Hells Angels. They are allegedly moving into the Colorado region, to the Aurora, Colorado region to take back some territory here. I don't have any confirmation on that. So far, it's all just been internet bullshit. I do want to share one video with you, though.
Colorado. So Are the Hells Angels going to Colorado? So I've been riding all day, guys, and I am not a Hells Angel. I'm not with HA. I am with a 1% Club. Here's what I will tell you, guys. Everybody wants to know, is it true? Is it true? Are the Angels going to Colorado? Here's all I'm going to say. If a 1% Club like the Hells Angels were to decide to get involved in whatever's going on in Colorado, it wouldn't be because you got on TikTok and you asked them to do it. No, it wouldn't be because the mayor or some congressman said, hey, can you guys come over here and help us? It's not how it works. The only way on God's green earth that HA or any other 1% Club would be going to Aurora, Colorado to do anything, the only reason they would be doing that is if one of their own got fucked with. Y'all didn't fuck with one of the HAs up there, did you? Ooh, listen. It's really not a good idea. If one of their family members, a good friend of the club, a mother, one of their old ladies, if HA is on their way there, and I'm not HA at all, it's because somebody messed with one of their own. That'd be the only reason they'd do it. And if that happened, if they did that, if they are headed that way, I'm going to just recommend I'm just going to just highly recommend that you guys go ahead and clear out. Just whoever it was that did whatever you did to piss off the 1%ers here in America. This is not Venezuela. This is not Brazil. This is not whatever country you came from. Up here, things really are done differently. And you don't want to stand in the way. If you pissed off HA to the point where they got on their motorcycles and they're all headed to Colorado, yeah, now the news won't even talk about it when it's all said and done. Nope. We'll know. People that know will know. But the news won't talk about it. Peace and love. I'm out.
This is what the news will talk about, though.
We are following a number of significant leads, I think, fostered by video evidence that we have and other evidence that we have that has helped us kind of narrow in on some individuals.
And Thomas says that he doesn't necessarily believe that this act that happened in Denver is necessarily connected to similar crimes playing out across the nation. Of course, if you know anything about this crime, you're asked to call Denver police. Reporting on Colfax, Gabrielle Franklin, Fox 31.
We are following
Yeah, so I actually had a video, a picture that somebody put these signs up in Denver. Blacks must sit at the back of the bus. Kamala's migrants sit in the front. Caution, Kamala's illegals crossing. Trolling the whole city now, man. Somebody got to do something. The whole city's in danger, man. Somebody better do something about this.
Yo, listen. The Venezuelan gang, Tren de la Agua, in Colorado, they're not fucking playing around. They are not playing around. Listen, if you live in Colorado, if you know somebody living in Colorado, especially the Denver, Aurora, Colorado Springs, and
Yo, hit that like button for me, y'all. Like, share, and subscribe. I'm throwing a link in the chat, by the way. I want to open up a panel. Feed the panel, y'all. Support the panel. Don't let these niggas come in my house, eat up all my shit for free, man.
Commerce City area, share this video because they need to know this. Get yourself some fire. Big fire. Like, y'all need some.
You don't need fire. I mean, you do need fire, but that's not the thing. Like, everybody should have a pew-pew, but you having your pew-pew won't solve the great problem. Ultimately, people are just going to have to start the pushback themselves. And at some point, you're gonna force your local government to side with either the people of the country or the people new here that need to leave. And that's really, I can't predict how that's going to shake. I don't expect it to go in the people's favor, but I could be wrong. Maybe there's some good people in the government left. I don't know. But still, it's going to get dark, right? You having your individual pew-pew won't send them home. It's a collective push. That's what's needed.
Listen, the shit that they're trying to tell you not to get here, you know, them ARs and AKs and them two-letter big sticks, them pies, them pew-pew, whatever the fuck y'all want to call them. Listen, the bigger you can get, the better. The more rounds, the better. Understand this. These boys have military-grade weapons cleaning out apartment buildings.
Not just military-grade weapons. Like, you know, anybody can buy military-grade weapons technically, but they're military trained. They're not all just, you know, hoodlums. They have a little bit of a different ethos to their gangbanging.
Yo, I've seen videos or a particular video. Like I've seen videos before where they're posing to be like Amazon or FedEx drivers where they have like a little U-Haul outside and then they run up to a door, knock, and wait for you to open, and then they force themselves in, rob, beat, do whatever they want to do with you. I've seen that. But this video is so bad. The news definitely can't be showed on here. You can go over to X to see it, but it definitely won't show on here. That will get you banned. The amount of sticks these boys got, every last one of them, except for one person who was on the phone. I'm telling you, if these people pull up to your door, you want something that's going to be able to hit and fold these motherfuckers the moment that door opens. I'm telling you, these boys have robbed at least between 5 to 8 gun stores, confirmed, cleaned out. These boys got anything from 308s, 5.56, 7.62 by 39s. They have it. And I'm telling you, it's serious. So if you ain't got none yet, go to your closest fucking toy store and get you some chitty shitty bang bang. Because you're going to need that shit. Bro, the cops don't want no smoke with these motherfuckers. They already have the green lights to open fire on the cops. These motherfuckers don't want no smoke with them. The fact that the National Guard haven't already been deployed there is crazy. And this is a slap in the face to United States citizens and permanent residents. Whoever the fuck is in charge of Colorado needs to be voted out. Jared Polis and anyone associated with him needs to be fired today, because the fact that this stuff is continuously happening, they're taking over more and more buildings and expanding into more and more areas. They're recruiting more and more people. Like their crew is getting bigger. Like in this one unit, they had at least 15 people, everyone armed. And they're going around, knocking in doors, kicking in doors, evicting people and putting in their people. And the cops won't do nothing about it because they're squatters. And here's the fucked up part. See, the border czar and them are fighting to take away citizens. They're fighting to take away our guns, right? They are fighting to disarm us, we the people. And these motherfuckers have pipes big as shit. And they're just walking around with it day and night. No permit, no problem. And they want to come take our shit so we can be sitting ducks for these motherfuckers? Hell nah. But like I said, tell your people and tell them to tell their people. Get strapped. Stay dangerous. Be smart. Tren de la Agua ain't playing. They not. And we have until November to fix and change some shit. But until then, stay vigilant. Stay dangerous. Be smart. Trump Vance 24, baby. Let's go.
True Hype, what's going on, bro? Welcome to the show, man.
Yeah,
It's getting out of hand in this country, isn't it?
you know, I thought about, man, like as this was playing, and I actually saw it this morning, man. There was a dude walking around major city, not sure which one, right? And I guess he strips down to his skivvies, right? And he's got like, no shirt on, no pants. He's just walking around in his underwear. And then like he goes in front of this car and he like does a Superman pose, hands on the hip. And then out of nowhere, this dude comes and hits him in the back with a bat. And I remember on that post, I said, man, even the short bus kids, man, understood there was consequences because pain makes you reevaluate things very quickly. And
Well,
that's what this is.
that's the easiest way to deal with people who are, let's say, the least sophisticated, right? Pain is an immediate communication of right and wrong.
Yeah, I mean, and back in the day, man, the short bus kids, man, they would get jacked up. Now all this hands-off approach to everybody, like it's making too many people too bold, man. And honestly, you don't want the citizenry to try to take it into their hands because it ain't gonna be an eye for an eye. They gonna get it back way more than that. You know what I'm saying? That limiting principle goes out the window when you've been like kind of sitting around for a while.
I mean, that's kind of the problem. You're going to unleash something that rational people would rather not unleash. But the issue I have is, like I said, our government is allowing the situation to present itself in the first place. Because if you never let them be here, we wouldn't be dealing with this. So when if there's a real public blowback, because it's hard to imagine when something like that happens, and it might not happen. And like say if Kamala comes in, it's pretty much over at that point. But if nothing really happens, right, then it's obviously if nothing happens, then it just grows and gets worse. But if people do get involved, if people do take a stand, let's say some alleged militia types, they start to go out and post up in that area, do a little recon. And I mean, how would you attack that kind of problem, right? Because I think about this. You can't just go in there shooting all the brown people. It might get to that later, but you can't start there, right? You'll lose any support you have instantly. So you have to get in there and figure out who's doing what. You're going to have to start snatching people up. And that's going to lead to immediately like gun battles in the street, right? And so what you're now asking for is basically for the state to either side with your local militia, your local population in these gun battles, and then the state would have to take over and assert itself, or the state would basically say we're gonna impose order on the situation, which means that the Venezuelans stay here. And no matter how you slice it, it's going to become a civil problem more than it becomes a problem of, citizen violence. You see what I mean?
Yeah, but the major thing that you'll get though is they're trying not to make a declaration, especially too early, right? Because they don't want to show their hand. But if
Well,
they
who's
show their
they?
hand, the state.
Okay.
The state doesn't want to make a declaration one way or the other, right? Because of politics that are involved, and then the November elections implications will come from that. But like what you want is them to make a declaration one way or the other. Stick your foot in the ground and make a decision. You either going left or you going right.
Well, for the Democrats to robustly attack this problem is to robustly attack everything that they've believed in up until now. And so it's not just a matter of presidential election timing. It's an ideological problem come back to haunt you.
No, good. They set up these freaking landmines. Now they got to walk through the freaking land where they put the same landmines there.
But that's my point. They don't expect them to do that. Expect them to apply maximum force toward a solution that they already want, which is immigration.
Yeah, but they can't though.
They can't.
They can, not right now. They can't.
Will be rich.
If they show
Waco,
their hand
Texas,
right now,
bro. They will shoot the fucking shit out of you if they want to.
No. Trust me. You ain't got to tell me that. But I'm saying like this is the ultimate like red pill for the layman, right? That doesn't.
And then they'll call you a bunch of racist redneck white supremacists who went on a shooting spree.
Yeah, but what happens when it's brown on brown? Like old
white
boy,
supremacists of color.
Yeah. Oh, okay. All right.
We're all crackers now, boy.
hey, they're gonna do like what they're doing in like most of those major states where they just start like they'll put Caucasian on the police report, but then you like look up, you know what I'm saying, the booking log, and you'd be like, yo, that's not a Caucasian.
No, they'll do that. Look, the Proud Boys, Enrique Tarrio right now, he's doing time for I think January 6th or whatever, right?
But he wasn't even there.
It doesn't matter.
They picked him up beforehand.
His real crime is
he was
white
also an informant too.
His real crime is white supremacist of color.
Yeah, that dude's also an informant too. So you gotta be careful, like who you be like following behind, because the cats will set you up
Well,
Only
I
to
hear you. I hear you. I'm not even going to disagree with that. But I bring up the Proud Boys as a group to highlight that anybody who makes a unified pushback, like the Proud Boys, were the acceptable suburbanite version of the Hell's Angels going down there to clean up these apartment complexes, right? They weren't really 1% motorcycle guys. They were guys who will get into a couple of fistfights in the street, right? Which was it's honestly tame and acceptable compared to this level, right? And look what they did to the Proud Boys. So now imagine actual shooters. They're going to crucify these guys immediately as soon as some brown blood gets spilled. They're going to be like, "Oh my God, white supremacy striking again! It's crazy! Help me!"
yo, what's the young bull that went up to was it Wisconsin? Was it Wisconsin? And then he like ended up shooting them 3 dudes.
Rittenhouse.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Like so, like they gonna try to make an example out of like. But here's the thing: you don't go out of your way to go to a different area to protect that area, because those people don't vote. Like like people that would protect that area would they would protect their own area.
Well, that wouldn't
They don't
matter.
vote with you.
That
I'm saying
logic
you
would
protect your own.
that logic would go out the window if we're talking about actual like 1% types, because now you're not going to tell them where to go to
Yeah, no.
handle their business.
I get you there, because like the morals and everything else is questionable anyway. But what I'm saying is like the average person, you know what I'm saying? They got their line in the sand that you ain't gonna be able to cross. So you ain't gonna go to like some small town in the middle of Iowa thinking you're gonna overrun it. Because
Oh
like the
no.
sheriff and everybody gonna be like on board. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah,
Checking
yeah.
you out.
I stayed in Iowa, and guess what? They with the shits out there in Iowa. Guess what? They got them cornfields. They got the best, you know what I'm saying, coverage for guerrilla warfare seed.
You will fertilize a field so fast.
Yep. Again, they got their own produce, and it's like a lot of farms out there. There's a lot of good old boys out there that, you know what I'm saying, to protect.
They got pig farms too.
Hell, even here we got good old boys, right? That party with the black dudes too. You know what I'm saying? In Tennessee, you know there's some racist people, man. But for the most part, man, if you done lived around these cats for a minute, they trust you. They don't trust new people.
Well, I think
white or black.
I think that's a general thing with people for the most part. Like if you live around each other long enough, you have a friendly detente. Like we don't fuck with each other, but we don't fuck with each other either. You know what I'm saying? And I think black folk and white folk, and I've been saying this for a while, but black folk and white folk gonna have to make some priority decisions here, man. Do you hate each other, or do you hate these new people who hate all of you, who hate both of you?
I think the term is basically I'd rather deal with the devils that I know than the devils that I don't.
Right, and then the way I frame it, white folk and black folk in this country are practically blood cousins at this point. We are distant relatives in this American family tree. Not even that distant. I mean, some of us are immediately related, right? But we have a little bit of a national unity that just goes more than just a song and a speech at this point.
Yo, don't even go there. Go to this, right? Okay, so like if y'all family, for example, right? And like, y'all can fight tooth and nail or whatever, like want to take each other's heads off. But if somebody comes and threatens your little brother or whatever, what happened?
I think there's an Arab saying. There's an Arab saying, I think it says, me versus my brother, me and my brother versus my cousin, me, my brother, and my cousin versus everyone.
And it's true.
Yeah, there's a circuit. I mean, there's a what do you call it? A logic of, the concentric circles kind of grow. You start at your nuclear family. That's who you protect first. And then your extended family, they get a similar level of protection. And then your friends and family and their friends and family, like the network extends very, very organically. And when it comes to like the American framework of things, we're going to have to make some really, really base decisions at some point. And it's going to happen quickly.
Did you guys just describe only men commune in unity? That was crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like we fought you on it.
Nah, I didn't say you did. I'm just saying, so the Venezuelans are black women. All right, cool.
No, the Venezuelans are other men.
No. Who's fighting the most, except for the women who are directly affected? Who's against Venezuelans?
Who's
Black women.
against them? Men.
Right.
And this is what I'm saying. It's really a man on man. No, pause. It's male. It's male competition. This is the oldest fire, bro. Why would we want other men wrecking shop in our territory? We already got niggas wrecking shop in our territory, and those are us. So we kind of deal with it soft-handedly, right? But when it comes to outsiders, we kind of want to take a firm hand to that shit.
It wasn't even a Trojan horse, man. It was a red carpet.
Right.
Yeah, but even historically speaking, right? You could say that red carpet was spread out for the pilgrims, right? Historically speaking, when
I wouldn't say
times
that. Okay, though.
Not when it was in times of conflict, generally speaking, black women will turn on you. Since Pocahontas, since whatever happened in Hawaii with Captain Cook, since Elizabeth Key Stanton. If you guys think, yo, I'm gonna go out here, they mess with my sister, it's gonna work out, and I'm gonna defend my community, she's gonna turn on you, historically speaking. So this is just throwing it out there because I know Mr. O out east, well, he ain't out east, but he closer than I am to what's going on.
I'm not even gonna fight you on that, but I don't really put any weight on the shoulders of black women per se in this context. And that's not to disagree or to even, I actually do agree with what you're saying, but it's a different frame I think we have to focus on. It's really the white women. When you have your average white women who are, and I joke in these things, and I say when they give you the permission to be racist, it's not going to actually happen like that, and they're not going to finally say, "Bubba, go hang these niggers," because the women who talk like that, they're not going to change. They already talk like that, and the white girls who don't talk like that, they're not going to necessarily say those words, but they will allow those things, and that's when it changes, right? It's really the mass fear of white women, the collective fear and the trauma of white women. And see, America is not like Europe. I don't know that America will tolerate the grooming gang phenomenon in the way the European nations have. And we're not even talking about Islam coming to America per se, but I don't think America is nearly as cucked as the Europeans are, right? The Europeans have had God knows how much Marxist, communist, social oppression, directly repressing their male psyche. I don't know if the average American understands how cucked England is right now. Their cops are twerking in the streets with the brown people, as the white people are we're tired of being stabbed and assaulted by brown people. Europe is fully cucked. It's dark, and I don't know if America's in that place yet.
Okay, here's where and I'm not going to disagree with you. I'm going to give you the next logical conclusion, right? Because I go on these shows and I listen to these coloreds talk about the time in which black women were good people. And I'm not making this a black woman thing. I just want to give you context because I want you guys to stay alive. You guys are funny. I kind of like it, right? They talk about the context of when black families were together and the traditional woman, how she stayed home and taught the kids how to read. And they say 1940s, 1950s. And I say, you do understand that those were the bra-burning women of the 1940s that became the feminists of the 1950s, right? And they can't grasp it, right? Because they don't see history as...
That wasn't a majority, though. That was the minority.
Bro, the majority wanted to fuck something else. Okay, I'll give you a perfect example for the colors, right? But you're getting me off my point. I had a point, but I'll come back to it. I won't forget it. When slavery was abolished in 1860, they had a black women's club by 1880 saying they don't want black men. The first black millionaire chick, so it had to be other girls that had money. She just had the first million. Madam C.J. Walker was swearing to God. She was mad that they made a law that she couldn't marry white men. She married 3 light-skinned black men and couldn't scratch that itch for a white man, to the point that her daughter spent her entire $19 million fortune hanging out with white men and gays. This ain't new. They've been the ops. But my point is, when it got to Jim Crow, Willie Lynch, the things that white women wanted to work because they didn't want to listen to George. Black women wanted to be protected because they were going, because Jim Crow was, bro, Jim Crow, I always say Jim Crow was worse than slavery, and people argue with me, but Jim Crow was a horrible thing in which black men, like even your police officers, couldn't carry guns. Like the white cops had guns, black guys had to have billy clubs, which is crazy because a farmer could have a rifle. But anyway, so what they did is they said, okay, all of our malaise as black men come from white women, right? We're gonna burn down Rosewood, we're gonna burn down Tulsa, we're gonna delete Emmett Till over the words of a white woman, because white men, as Hood said, will ride for the white woman. So they made black men attach their masculinity to protecting black women. So I say all that long-windedly to say, the moment Karen convinced George to do something, Keisha gonna send y'all off in a major way. Don't do it. Reconsider.
Well, Keisha will send you off to side with the Venezuelans, honestly, because it's either or. The scenario will be very simple. It's not going to be like a multiple choice. It's going to be a very binary thing. Do you side with the defense of homeland, or do you side with the foreign aggressors, right? And Keisha technically sides with foreign aggressors, right? So there's that.
At all times.
Hey, till she ain't got no attack dog.
To answer a suspicious question real quick, he said, who programmed women to act that way dirty? Nobody. Tyler's gonna Tyler whether Tyler's a soul. Who taught black men to listen to black women with clothes on?
Black women,
I disagree. There's a very tiny hatted answer to that question. I choose not to get into those subjects for obvious reasons right now, because I'm trying to chase them shekels. You feel me? But there is an answer to the question.
But to kind of buttress Dirty's point to a point, the women that fraternized with the German soldiers after World War II in France, for example, they had public spectacles of them shaving their heads in public. You know what I'm saying? So like,
we can't do that because Keisha already bald headed, but it would have been a nice sight to see.
That's how you get the glue, bro. Get the glue. Hey, whatever it takes, man. Alpha.
You got to force white women's hair on her. That's how you shame Keisha.
That ain't gonna work. They already balancing white women.
Nah, Dirty gonna be out here wig snatching, man.
Man, look, I'm gonna be out here with a baby Louisville like Dr. Clark. Like,
I mean, I think that public spectacle thing, it's necessary with the few obvious like bad actors. Like if you're the town slut and you gave it up to all the Germans, like I think that was, all right, maybe you earned that on a small level. It's never going to happen on a mass level, and you shouldn't expect it on a mass level. What can be expected on a mass level is just a general colder shoulder and a hardened heart. That's all men really need, is a hardened heart and a colder shoulder, bro. But niggas ain't really there yet.
Oh, my heart's colder than the Eskimo's pussy.
Well, I mean, open conflict tends to harden the heart anyway, and so we'll see what happens as things get hotter.
Hell, my heart is more colder than a dead polar bear's pussy in the North Pole.
See what happened when you're not monetized. You say all types of stuff.
Right, you deal with this pimp talking shit. We try and get shekels, nigga.
Speaking of that, man, contribute to the show, man. Donate to the panelists and
show some love and support to conservative everyone if you can.
Oh my God, really?
Angel?
Yeah, it's me.
What's going on, man?
Hey, my man.
Hold on, Angel. You got to mute up.
Who's that? American
Dirty.
Man? Yeah, you were next up, but yeah, you got it.
Dirty, why you think during this war anyone's gonna be listening to Keisha? Keisha gonna be tight-lipped. Listen. Keisha gonna be tight-lipped. You know why? Because the Venezuelan gang is gonna get to smacking Keisha around. That's the thing. No one has any loyalty to Keisha. Keisha has loyalty to them.
I think you did leave that part of the equation out, dirty folks. Right, just like in Aurora, Colorado, where they're taking over apartment buildings, there are going to be individual Black women who feel some kind of pressure from random situations of life, and they'll be pointing at this immigrant. You talked about it before. They be doing shit to old ladies and whatnot. Sooner or later, that kind of thing. Just like that white guy said, the angels aren't coming to Aurora, but if they would come, it would be because somebody fucked with somebody close to the network, and that's Keisha's going to be that kind of thing too. I don't know ultimately, because on a political level, yeah, the woke Keishas, they support immigrations, they believe in the whole broad coalition. You saw the historic Black church thing, right? So there is that, but once it comes to your own physical safety, that decision makes itself. You don't even make the decision at that point.
But you know what though? Him saying that about the biker guys, right? I was proud of him because you know what he really said, right? Kill for the logo. A man without a logo is a lost man.
Yeah, understood.
But shout out to them, man. Ride out on him.
Yeah, but the black logo is really Keisha though. So I do think it's gonna become. I do think it's gonna come down to Keisha feels the brunt, and she's gonna want things to be done on her behalf, and the men around her are the only one to call for.
Wait. Keisha's the jump man.
Come on. Always has been. You've been trying to get in there, American man.
Always.
The black logo being Keisha, I reject that notion. My logo is the American flag. You guys can speak for yourselves on that one.
That's the black male conundrum, though. Like guys like us, I can make that distinction.
That's not my conundrum.
Most black guys, most men of American black descent, it's a Keisha thing, and so it's gonna play out differently.
Not me.
I don't know. I know where I stand, so I don't know. I got no loyalty to Keisha. Sorry. I'm loyal.
Shout out to True Hype with the $5 donation for the feeling in the air tonight. By the way, support the panel, y'all. Feed the panelists. I got a lot of niggas in my house. They about to get hungry.
I know, right? But that's the difference, though, bro. When you do it for the whatever your logo is, whatever your crest is, right? You do it for the logo, right? For my cult, for my clique, right? When you do it, extended, if white women ask white men to do it, George does it for the community, so he does it for America, right? Because he wants a community and unity. He wants his family to be safe. You can't have a family with Keisha, not a nuclear one, and you don't own shit. So really, you're doing it for Keisha. It's a totally different thing. It's for the girl. It's not for the community. It's not for the logo.
I know, and you're right. It's not for the girl. And actually, you kind of you stole my thunder a bit. I didn't really catch what you were saying until just now, but that's exactly what I was going to point out. Keisha is sort of, I'm not Keisha, Becky is sort of like holding the idea of the white man. She's sort of the spiritual restraint. Because I made this point to, I was over there with the pro-blacks in them a while ago, and I was telling them how the white man, as soon as feminism became a thing, that was the white man beginning to be less racist, right? Because anti-racism and feminism seem to go hand in hand, because women are like nice to strangers and shit sometime. Like it's gonna be the women who feel sympathy for some stranger. Like if you and your girl are walking past a homeless guy, more than often it's gonna be the woman who wants to give up some money more than the man, right? It's that kind of thing with women. And white men have been kind of emotionally restrained by female morality, and they're waiting for women to get out of the way so they can defend the logo properly. And it's not really about love of Becky per se, though.
I stopped by here at 12th and Dallas. Got quite a few of our officers out here that are out here tonight again. I've been out here for several weeks, making contacts with our residents, reassuring them about the criminal activity that's happening here and how we're going to address it. We're out here. We want to reassure the people that live in this community that we are actively investigating criminal activity that's happening and listening to them so that we can learn anything that we're missing. What are we missing, and actually find out what exactly is going on. We're out here because we care. I mean, nobody should be wearing this uniform if they don't care. And we want the residents and the people.
Becky's Becky thinks the government's job is to care. And not just Becky, but girls in general. I was talking about the conversation I had with my daughter, and she kind of expressed a similar sentiment, like the government's job is to take care of you. And like, no, it's not. You say that because you're a girl, you're young, you don't know shit yet. But it's not. But most girls naturally think that.
People
Well,
that live here
even
know
if
that
it
we
was
care.
hood, how they gonna actually do it with competence?
Yeah, they're girls, bro. They don't know.
We've been talking to the residents here and learning from them to find out what exactly is going on. And there's definitely a different picture. I'm not saying that there's not gang members that don't live in this community, but what we're learning out here is that gang members have not taken over this complex. We've really made an effort to the last few days to just really ask the specific questions and the direct questions in terms of the gang activity and who's actually making sure that people aren't paying rent to gang leaders or gang members, that's not happening. And we've discovered here today and yesterday talking to so many residents that that's not the case. We've been talking.
Police Becky wants to assure you that Venezuelan gang members are not taking over parts of your city. Police Becky wants you to know she's here and she cares.
Hey,
And
go ahead.
no, I was gonna kick it over to Angel for a minute because we were talking about the white man being held back. Damn, the Angel. Oh no, I was gonna kick it to Angel for a second and get his take on Police Becky caring about the community and everything we've been talking about up to that point. Being held back by the morality of women and whatnot. You got it though.
It's just like I've been listening, but like I came in a bit late. Like, what exactly did this police officer do?
Nothing. She didn't kill one Venezuelan gang member. She didn't arrest a goddamn person.
So wait, she's like being relieved or is got in trouble for doing nothing?
Well, she went to the neighborhood to ask people if, basically to ask them to tell on the Venezuelan gang members. Like, are you being extorted for your rent money by Tren de Agua? Blink 3 times if you've been extorted. Right? It was that kind of thing. And I guess nobody said they've been extorted, so it's all safe.
There's nothing wrong with the police officer doing the duty of her, like asking the blink 3 times if you've been extorted by Venezuelan, and it's just like investigative work that officers do. It ain't the FBI that just investigates scenes of the crime. Police officers investigate scenes in your local area all day. If you see a couple of police cars surrounding the business or area that you'd be passing, or right up the street from your home. Like, do you even understand why officers at times are there for several
Come on, bro.
hours?
Let's get past the feather babble. This is feather babble.
Yeah,
Go ahead,
I was trying to ease into it, but I already see
it's
how this
feather
might
babble.
play out. Look,
Yeah.
what she basically said. And I don't really want to play the clip again, but she's kind of trying to put the public at ease, saying that
Yes,
there's
it's
no
cleanup
threat.
duty. It's cleanup duty.
She's saying there's no threat here, though. That's kind of, I don't know if you caught that, but that's what she's saying. And she's not like investigating a crime scene per se. It's not that what you just described.
No, they're trying to cover it up.
Yeah,
Listen,
it's
they're
making the
trying to
mayor and the
cover it
governor
up.
look bad, making them look really bad. So now they got to do this PR campaign to put the public at ease and the national public especially at ease.
So is she like imagining something that ain't really there?
Snowman, take the link, man. I need you to sub in real quick, bro.
I'm sorry, everyone. I'm sorry.
No, I'm not kicking you out or nothing, but you seem to be taking a little bit of a contrarian position, and that's great. I'm not going to kick you out for that.
I'm just trying to understand it in full. Like, I'm just trying to make sure, what exactly is making her be the target that she's become. When I'm just
no one's targeting her. No one's targeting her.
Outside of being a woman in law enforcement, I will always target her for that shit. But outside of that, no, she's attempting to put a happy face on the threat that everyone is obviously complaining about, which is Tren de Agua taking over actual physical territory, properties, apartment complexes.
Hey, let me weigh in on this. This is Mr. Royce. How you guys doing?
What's going on, Mr.
Hey,
Royce?
Roy.
Moses, you got it next. We're gonna come right back to you, Moses.
Royce, what's her rank?
Yeah.
What's her rank?
She looks to be a chief of police. When you start seeing stars,
4 stars, yeah.
right? That's some kind of chief.
That's why they get ran over, bro. How you gonna have a woman that's cheap? You know what? Go ahead, bro.
And just like I want to know how many men in the department are tagging the said chief to get extra overtime or a set thing like the ones in Memphis.
No, she don't
ain't
like
doing
that.
none of that. Yeah, she
She
ain't
don't
doing
look
none
like
of
that.
that. She
look, she got
is
the
shitting
4
on
stars
guys
on her
every
face.
chance she get.
Right. She's trying to show she got the biggest clit. She's one of those.
Right. She's
you
trying to
got
be the
it,
hog
Royce.
with the big nuts.
All right,
Okay.
go ahead.
All right. She is there to calm the fears of white women. That's what she's there for. She is there to make white women feel brave and unafraid and to feel like the situation is under control right until the gunshots start firing out and she go hides behind something and then it's like oh shit. But that's all she's there for. She's the mouthpiece. She is for the media and for the politicians. She is there to get votes. That's what she's there for. Now, as far as Venezuelans and Keisha and Heather, y'all got to. Here's an interesting way to look at it. Actually, it might be a good thing for the SBE guys because the Venezuelans are obviously putting some pimping. They brought some pimping with them, and you see what they doing. They out there got all kinds of tail being sold. They out there got a whole bunch of they out there, got them on the blade, and that
Bro,
comes
they was selling bootleg gasoline, bro. They got sophisticated operations, man.
right. Hey, listen, they got some pimping about themselves, and they'll haul off and use some guerrilla pimping. So for all the strong and independent Keishas and Heather, hey, one of the Venezuelans might might put some pimping in it, and that might be a good thing for the SBE guys because then them chicks don't need protection. They're gonna be like, man, little bitty 5 foot Hector, he don't, he my size, so he don't care about all that gender stuff. So we'll see. I'm gonna mute now.
You know the great thing about them bringing a pimping down, even though I don't support Venezuelan vagina, is number one, they lie, right? Because they all lie and say that's their husband, like every Venezuelan man a cuckold, right? And number two, they charging $20, which is half price of what y'all supposed to be paying anyway. I don't know what these $500 dates are. I'm 2 tacos, so I get $40 for grace. I don't understand 2 bills anyway. It should be 1 bill, $5, $10, $20.
I mean, it's different levels to the market, but still, they lowering the overall market.
They're lowering the overall market. So what the Venezuelan men understand that black men don't is that women don't care about their body. They really don't. They do it for the companion, right? And for you to sell your body to people who have more money than your pimp, it's not about you being a high value man either. It's about they know that they men to take them to Al 5. Al 5 is the answer to all y'all ills. Even on the Venezuela's in the Al 5 too.
Yeah, let me kick it to C Moses real quick, man. You've been here for a minute. You've been waiting. What's going on, Moses?
What up? I actually just sat back like 30 seconds ago, so let me listen to it so I know where we're at in the conversation.
All right, I'm gonna come back to you in a second. Yo, Fisherman, you were next up on the roster, bro. What's going on?
I'm just got here too, so I'm just gonna wait and see what exactly we're talking about.
All right, Snowman, I reached out to you specifically because I wanted to get the angry white guy opinion on it, and I guess the white guys on the panel weren't angry enough yet. So here we are.
Yeah, why are we letting helmets on the panel?
Hey, let it flow.
Wow! Can you show us some of that? Can you show us some of that rural white rage, Snowman, please?
That was it. That you know what? That's the most dangerous rage. That controlled rage. Like, yo, why you got the helmet?
I'm really starting to question your level of sanity and your cognizant ability there, Hood.
Well, I have like an open door panel policy.
No,
for the
sir.
most
No,
part.
you don't, sir. No, you don't. Quit. Don't cap. We all know that's bullshit.
No, how is it bullshit? I don't restrict people broadly unless you're an asshole. I don't typically
helmets.
I don't even know who, dude. I don't even know.
Yeah, you do.
I don't.
Yeah, you do.
He's talking about the feather babble.
No, that's not what I meant. I didn't know it was coming.
Well, that's why you don't just say. That's why you don't just say. Put on the panel. You know, that's how you get porn bombed, dummy.
That is true. That is true. That happened once too. It was fucked up.
Helmets, sir. Helmets.
I'm sensing a personal knowledge here.
Helmets never bring anything positive to a discussion.
Hey,
I'm feeling an energy here.
The white
it's
man got to
deeper
put
than I
him in his
expected.
place. That's what I'm talking about.
Jesus Christ, man! You know, if I didn't come around every now and again to remind you that there's a certain level of decorum you need to continue having on these panels for people to take you serious, you get yourself shut down.
You got to teach me how to be white, bro. I don't know.
The white man and his white. You know what? That's why I rock with
the panel now.
I rock with Snow. Even though you know, I had a dream this morning. That's a lie.
I swear to God, if you're about to tell these motherfuckers you were dreaming about me, we are not friends no more.
That's a lie. But I did decide this morning that, you know, one day me and Hood gonna have to fight. I mean, me and Snow, we're gonna have to fight. It's gonna, you know, at the end,
it's gonna happen, dude. It's gonna happen.
Yeah, then we're gonna have shake hands and have a beer afterwards, but we're gonna have a big tumble. So when it happens, I hope somebody got to
the only reason why we didn't fight on the first meeting is because we wanted there to be a second meeting.
Yeah, you know, you can't fight on the first date, you know.
See, there you go again with that.
This already sounds weird. This whole conversation. Listen, I'm gonna reset. I'm gonna
dirty and the helmet.
No, I'm gonna hard reset this whole conversation. Snowman, I'm gonna pitch a question to you, and we're gonna get right back on track. I don't know what the fuck just happened, but it's gonna unhappen. The whole point I was building up to when I even started with this clip with the police Becky here, I was saying that when feminism started, that was the beginning of the white man softening his stance, right? The white male aggression starts to tamping down once feminism rises, right? Because, you know, feminists, the white girls, they don't want you to be mean to the poor, weak, non-whites. That's how it plays out. So you got to be nicer to them now. Right. And that starts this whole process, which leads us to this point. And here we are today with Police Becky. And I'm making the argument that white men would actually act swiftly and aggressively if not for the moral policing of white women.
You know, that's probably a very accurately fair statement. All these white, like you're obviously assessing, all these white police women are doing, they're just there to be tattletales. That's it. That's all they're there for. They're Karens with a badge. They have no business. She has no business being there to begin with, at all whatsoever.
Right, because
don't they have a PR person already?
I mean, I think she's kind of the PR person too, just being a
white woman. Because look, even my wife will tell you, she wrote a blog about a couple years back, and it was called "White Woman Privilege" because that's the only privileged people really in America, in her opinion. Me, I'll take it all the way to white women and Keisha are very privileged.
I think there's that awful thing, the affluent white liberal female. I think that's how you say it. Affluent white female liberal, the awfuls, right? I think there is a privilege there.
Well, almost every white. Well, what she was saying is almost every white woman, she doesn't care who they are. They can get pulled over by the cops, start crying, show a little bit of cleavage, and get out of a ticket.
Black women do.
That's white women privilege.
Literally did that.
I think black women have less of that, but it's a
female but black
thing.
Black women they do have less of that because they're more likely to get punched in the mouth by a cop.
Right. That's why, because black women are vaginal men. They don't act like women.
Right. Because see, female privilege is a thing, and white women on the hierarchy of American women, white women are at the pinnacle of white American femininity. Right? Black women aren't really even close. That's why they get punched in the mouth more than female privilege from police.
But it's not because they're black. It's because they're loud. Like I said, I got cousins show cleavage. I'm like, I didn't even know I couldn't bust a U-turn on a fucking.
But basically, the only reason why this fucking dumb Karen is there, she's just there to tell you that you're violating somebody's civil rights. Apparently, that's the only purpose for her to be there, to prevent you from doing your job properly. And stop interrupting me when I'm talking.
God damn, go ahead, white man, stupid motherfucker.
Hey, that's what I'm talking about, man. Like, hey, when y'all get finished with your buddy cop adventures, man, y'all need to do another show together.
They don't call us. What was it? More
Buddy cop adventures.
It was like 48 hours or some shit.
I'm gonna turn to Die Hard, bro. That's correct. Not Die Hard. What was the one? But
what was that?
I
think it was Die Hard that had
Lethal
Weapon. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
They made us Lethal Weapon, bro. That's what.
Hey, you're the black guy. Shut up. We're talking.
Yeah, this is a personal thing. I swear to God, you guys know each other, man.
Did y'all woke up and chose violence this afternoon, gentlemen? Damn.
No. Listen, you got to understand. White drama is called. It's mysterious and it's hazy. Like, because being on the outside, I just can't always fathom it.
Sir, that other person you're referring to is not white. Drama. That is not a white man. You are wrong.
Really?
You revoked his white card?
He never had one. He never had one.
Enlighten us.
Like, my papers say that I'm not white, so there's that.
Okay, so you're not white. I misidentified you earlier. That's on me. My apologies, Mr. Not White. For the record, what do the papers say then?
Just say
I'm technically a native, but the outside of that, the papers just say Native American.
They say he is not a documented immigrant.
One way or another, you deserve a check. So I give you that, man. I would give you that.
Yo, hold on. We got the white man policing our national borders right here on the panel. That's what the fuck I'm talking about.
I'm trying to show you how to racism properly, Hood.
You want me on that wall. You need me on that wall.
No one else around here is going to show you how to do it right, so I will.
That's why you're my friend. I chose you.
Oh, we're friends now? You're my Negro now?
I don't know if I'm your Negro. I'm going to keep my papers to myself, but we can be friends.
Yeah, man.
When did we stop being friends? Hold on, though, man. When did we stop being friends?
I don't know. I thought we were friends since the first time we met.
Right, like what the fuck I ever do to you? Jesus Christ, goddamn.
Well, there was that one time on BMT stream, but I've let that go. It's been long enough now. I've let it go.
Hey, just like a woman, he brought it up again. That's what I'm talking about.
You know what? I'm gonna let you have that one. You can be great today, True Hype.
Listen, we got serious things to work on, man. We got like racism battles ahead of us and shit. We got a country to save, man. We got to put that old shit behind us. I'm trying to show these Negroes the way.
Right. Hey, man. First thing you need to do is you need to cut Keisha off. Get rid of her. Cut her off everything. That's why you can't racism properly. You're trying to let a woman tell you how to racism.
Dude, no, you sound like me talking to the pro-blacks when they were talking about being racist. I'm like, you can't be racist. You're feminist. There are no feminist racists. What the hell?
I've never seen one white supremacist organization that was ran by a woman.
They can't do anything properly, bro. They just sleep with whoever wins.
Women don't.
If anything, the women get passed around in them organizations because that's all they're good for.
And I've never seen a fire ever have a woman on their team.
The fuck are you talking about?
Yeah, what you said. You're
right.
Never mind. I don't want to know what you were. Never mind. I take it back. I don't want to know what you were talking about.
If you like want to know, Hood, I think I understand what this video was about now. Like, I agree with you that the road of feminism have been too controlled over the years. But at the end of it, the women still have the rights. But do I believe women should be police officers, politicians, in the military, army, or even in the fire department? No, like they are more so in the medical field of professionalism. They know, like goddamn, like security guard, like that one Becky who failed with the FBI or the agents of the attempted assassination back in July. Like she didn't do a proper job, and I think she was relieved, wasn't she? But it created
Check
this
your
whole
Cash App, Hood.
You know, I gotta take the L
I
on
think
this
I know
one.
what this is too. I feel something in the air. I feel a disturbance in the force.
I started this line of conversation. I take this L. My bad.
It's always y'all. It's always y'all, Glazed Donuts.
Yeah, Snowman. I knew, Angel. It's been fun talking to you, but the council has voted.
Bye. That's crazy.
Yeah, Snowman has white man a bounty, because you know the white man. He's the bounty guy. He's been the bounty hunter traditionally in America. He's offered a $15 bounty. Then he paid the bounty himself. So you know, there's that. Angel.
Snowman is Flash from now on, from Spider-Man.
Angel, he
doesn't get final words. Bye.
No, I'm just telling him. Angel, you've been removed from the island. It's been nice having you.
You are the weakest link. Goodbye.
Hey, that's what I'm talking about, man. Using that privilege, man. Using that privilege.
Yo, what's the name of that movie with the wrestler? But it's an action movie. He thought he was terminally ill, so he put a hit on himself. He was a hitman and put a hit on himself. I've been seeing the commercials.
That's crazy.
Yeah, you talking about the new one? The new one with Batista.
Yeah, with Batista. Yeah. Snow just did a Batista. He put out the hit, then paid the hit. Like,
hey, Snowman got the Negan energy today, man.
Yeah,
bro.
Shit, man. I just ain't got time for retards.
Yeah, you know what? I'm not even mad at that because the energy was all wrong anyway. And
it was.
I want
to going off your panel. I saved your panel. You're welcome.
Yeah, so I'm not even fighting you about that. I want to get back to Fisherman real quick. I laid out the scenario again. You know, the white woman has kind of been holding back the proper policing of the nation by the white man, and I'm arguing that it's the white woman who will finally step aside and allow the white man to, you know, do what needs to be done, or not. Maybe she won't ever, and things won't ever happen. But what say you, Fisherman?
Well, if she won't do what we want what needs to be done, then that's why she gets put in the hole in the backyard.
Shout out to the hole in the backyard.
That's why we keep a flower garden with a hole in it.
There's always the hole in the backyard. But Fisherman, what say you?
I mean, that's true. And like, women put in this position shouldn't be there. And in order to solve stuff like this, you have to use violence. And that is not in a woman's deck of cards to problem solve.
Women violence is in their deck of cards. They just use it differently.
Right.
They're not going a bunch of women are not going to get together with guns and drive Venezuelan gangs out of buildings.
No, they'll get together with guns and drive black people out of buildings.
No, they won't.
Risk is not in a women's wheelhouse. Violence is, because they do violence by proxy. They do baby deletions, all of that stuff.
Yeah,
But they're not going to problem solve with this scenario in order to fix this. They're going to try to keep the peace without offending people. And she answers to the highest authority, you know, which is the federal government and the media, yada, yada, yada. And all of that stuff is promoting this diversity, equity, inclusion. And the government is the highest form of violence, which is what she, as the woman, you know, respects the most. Like, women don't want to admit that, but they just respect whoever has the biggest stick. And she's going to push that.
I just want to point out that the glasses on her face are a telltale sign that she doesn't need to be in this position and that you need to run from her.
Bro,
she's already women, they fail upward.
Position, bro.
They can't do anything. Like I've seen this in my own workplace. They can't do like the actual job, so they get put in management positions because they can't fuck anything up when they're in management positions.
Well, you tell me one woman that gets excited when she calls the cops and a woman shows up.
She's HR. She fucks up.
She
the
does
money.
Thank you. She earned her position, bro. Nobody does paperwork like she does paperwork. Nobody.
I told y'all what she was there for. She is there to quell the fears of other white women and to make them think that it's okay. She's a politician. That's what she is.
I want to tell a brief story. The whole European migrant crisis, it got kicked off a few years back. I mean, it was already quietly growing, but it really got amped up a few years back with the Syrian war. And there was one particular event that was a flashpoint. There was a guy who he was photographed holding his the drowned body of his small child, right? And so there was this famous photo of like this migrant father and his dead son coming out of the water that he drowned in some boat accident, right? As it turned out, that guy was the captain of the boat. He overfilled the boat. He drove in a reckless time in like rough water, and so the boat sank and he killed his kid. But that photo was used to guilt trip the European public, like, oh, look at what's happening. We have to save the children, right? These Venezuelans have children. All the migrants have children. They bring their children here for that reason. And that's where women are weak. That part right there.
The bulk of the people that are showing up are war age males, though.
What happened to the old school conquerors and colonizers that didn't give a damn? But like, man, the kids dying, feed them to the alligators, and we make some more.
That's what happened to them.
They got softened by women.
Right. So you had all these rough and tumble men come out of World War I and World War II.
Well, see, this is what happened to the white man. He got invested in gangster rap and started acting like his black counterpart and lost control of his community.
I rebuke
I would say he started trying to be an army.
Respect his truth. Y'all gotta respect his truth.
No, we don't. What happened to the white man? He became the first makeup. No. He became the first makeup artist and started drawing on his face like Kiss, permanent hair purple.
Yeah, that is.
He wanted to be gay, to call it androgynous because he still wanted to have a family at home. So he wanted to suck dick in private, and he weakened himself. And the
man, it's crazy how quick all of you guys came to bat for gangster rap, man. I can't believe it.
No. I'm not coming back for gangster. I'm just telling you that's when y'all got weak. Gangster rap came later. The Wiggins came later. Y'all was already in makeup.
Look, they got speed metal. They got racist country music. They even got alternative music. You know what I'm saying? They got the speed metal, heavy metal.
Yeah, we do, but our music isn't convincing us to kill ourselves.
Bullshit.
Sir, I want you to understand. Suicide. Hold on. Because suicide and going to war with your community are two different things.
No, but that's the difference. No, hold on, real quick. That is a key difference. The white music scene is a little bit more suicidal. That's why, self-harm and the emo crowd and all that. These people, they hate life and all that. That's the white music scene. That's kind of the darker side of it. But the black music scene is more homicidal. Like, we don't turn the rage inward, we turn the rage outward. And it's a similar thing, but it's like polar opposites even.
No, it's exactly what what the fuck? No, it's absolutely true.
So Kurt Cobain, right? Rock stars will kill themselves. What gangster rapper has killed himself?
No Hood. Check this out.
What gangster rapper is OD'd on heroin?
Extension killed himself. But here's the thing.
Go to trial because
what gangster rapper has What gangster rapper has convinced a bunch of kids to sit in their bedroom by themselves and put a gun to their head?
Right, that's white rock. That's the whole different thing. It's inward rage.
But that what did I tell? And you guys heard me say this before. I know Snow heard me say it before. When you deal with a biracial girl, you get a white mom, black dad. Never get a black mom, white dad, because white mom suicidal, black mom homicidal, and I'd rather her kill herself than kill me. I say that all the time. I be serious.
I'll give you that one. I stand corrected. Mac Miller.
Hey, that was a smash hit around 2010, right? But that biracial girl joint.
But Mac Miller is a rapper, but he's white though. It's weird.
Right. So really kind of.
And again, Eminem was talking about offing himself and suicide saying he's a white rapper.
No, he wasn't talking about offing himself. He was talking about offing everybody but him and his daughter.
Right. His baby mama and his actual mama. And I'm with that.
His rage was more proper.
Right, I'm with that, man. Forget your baby mama and your mama.
But his rage was still white rage because his outward rage was white shit. It wasn't black shit.
Actually, his rage was just American man rage. Like that's why
when you listen to what Eminem was rapping about, that's white shit that he's rapping about.
The trailer park is white boy shit, but wanting to beat up your mom and your baby mama, that's American shit.
No, before that, Eminem's first rage was against Keisha. Y'all forgot about that?
Yeah, the black girl.
Yeah, but dude, does that really count?
Yes.
Yeah, we know about it.
Fair enough.
You don't want to call your boy M.
Look, I'm just trying to bring M back to the white diaspora, man. Look, any other time you guys don't want to take ownership of him. He gentrifying music.
I'm not even trying to take ownership.
But this is the same Eminem that can wax poetically about balls and eyeballs and Vicodin, but then he gets so flustered he can't even mention Orange Man. This is crazy, man. This dude is a wordsmith beyond his time, but then he gets flustered.
2024 Eminem is technically what they call that, a clone.
No, he should have retired. He should have retired and just stayed away from it all.
No, when he came back with a beard, that we knew that wasn't Eminem.
It's weird though how this conversation about immigration, illegal immigration, really, and then that shifted toward latent white male rage, and I think these two issues are intimately intertwined.
They are,
because I would argue that one of the reasons for the inward rage and sort of the misplaced rage of the Eminems and whatnot, mad at my woman and my girl, because you're not allowed to be mad at the things that you're actually mad at, or not really. You're not allowed to be mad at the things that are really fucking your life up. And so you turn the rage inward, right? Whereas even you could even make that relationship with hip hop too. We're not really focused on the things that are actually fucking our lives up as young black men. So we turn that rage on one another.
It's not that you're not allowed to rage about it. You're not even allowed to discuss it, even mention it.
Right.
You gotta pretend like it's not even there.
The rage is unfocused and shit, and so which brings us back to White Becky right here. She's a lens to disperse the rage, right? We can't focus the rage properly. She's a crooked lens, and so the rage never gets focused properly. She's sitting there trying to tell everyone that these bad things aren't actually bad things, and you're the bad person for even thinking there's a bad thing that needs to be fixed.
Hey, meanwhile, don't believe your lying eyes when you got Ring doorbell footage with everybody with sticks, as old boy was calling it.
Exactly. And we skipped over a couple of people earlier. See, Moses, I don't know if you got a chance to speak up on this yet.
I did not. I just want to add that where you're getting at, I think, with the left and just that the group that we're talking about, it's a war they have against reality. So they just don't want the reality of social issues, social settings, all of that to really play and take its course. They want to manipulate it and make you think that what you're seeing is not actually what you're seeing. That's from a hierarchical standpoint, and also just with what you're getting at with the issues and how to solve for it. It's a war on reality, I believe.
I agree with that.
Yeah, that is a fundamental element of the left, whether it's socially or politically. It's, don't believe your lying eyes. Men can be women, yet believe all women. That's weird that those two things exist at the same time. Men can be women, but believe all women. Why don't we believe all men?
Yeah, all their ideology and dogma is all about subverting reality.
Which is
with that being
once you
said,
get programmed by it, it's hard to even come back from it, because then you have to be honest, or you have to identify that you don't see reality for what is that. It's such a your world has to completely flip upside down, And in order for you to acknowledge that, you have to like realize that you don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen. But you're right.
Hey, real quick,
Go ahead.
Dirty Royce J, I got your Cash App today too, man. I appreciate you.
I don't never get no Cash Apps. That's why I don't do my own shows.
No problem.
Well, that's because you never acknowledge anybody. You just take their money, go buy tacos, and pretend like they didn't fund your shit. You can't even buy a decent mic, dude.
My mic is awesome.
Why would anybody help fund your show when they know that you ain't using it to fund your show?
I just want a fucking $200 mic. Are you serious?
Crockett and Tubbs, man. Y'all gotta chill out.
Yeah, I want to kick it to Mel too. Well, actually, no, Mel, hold on a second. Freedman's Journal, you were next up. Mike check Freedman. Are you there, Freedman? Freedman may be off doing daddy.
Hey. We're here. We're here.
What's up, Freedman?
No, man.
Yeah, so jump in anywhere.
Everything good.
We kind of all over the place for a second.
Oh, bro, I just wanted to go back to the daggone California Democrats undermining reparations, bro.
That's hilarious.
That is chef's kiss, man.
Yeah, we didn't touch that as a panel. Thank you for bringing that up, Freedman, because that was the whole start of the show, by the way.
Reparations is such a complete grift and always has been. And it's amazing to me how many people are just somehow they were sold on it. You know how it was like 3 weeks ago was the economy's awesome, Joe Biden is awesome, now the economy's terrible and Kamala will fix it. It's like reparations, dude. It was a fringe theory
in 3 weeks,
right up until Obama was elected, and then they needed to polarize everything again, and now reparations, and just
get a job.
Black Democrats clowning these people to their faces. Just chef's kiss, man. Just throw the
Freedman's. It was the best stand up that's been put out this year.
Oh,
I'm telling you, because I laughed when I saw the news clips about it.
You know what?
I laughed so hard.
He was laughing in their face.
I was laughing this morning covering that because did you not see this coming? I saw it coming, and I knew for years this was the game. We will promise you reparations because it feels right, but we can never actually give it to you because we need the votes.
Hood, you know what's funny about all this? You remember me and you about 3 years ago was sitting up on BMT's channel arguing with him and all these dumbass strags that he has on his panel, telling them that with these sanctuary cities, that what we see right now is what we were going to get. And they tried to tell us we were crazy, that we were racist and all that other shit. Remember?
Yeah, but this is easy. This is easy to like kind of map out what's going to happen next, because and anybody that plays chess, thinks a couple moves ahead, and the people that don't can't fathom what other people like have in the in the toy box, if you will. I mean,
it's all been easy, honestly. It's just that most people haven't been paying attention. We've been keeping our eye on other things, been watching.
I call cap on that too. I call cap on that too because there's been people trying to make sure that these idiots know what's going on. They refuse to accept the truth.
You're correct. There's always been people trying to ring the alarm bell, but what I'm speaking to is like the broad culture, like pop culture. I think you could say it exists to keep you from focusing directly and solely on these critical things. It's the bread and circus of Rome.
You know what? Now that you bring that up, that's another one of the things that I've noticed that is a very big difference between white and black. That it seems like black cares about pop culture more than white.
White does too. I don't know if that's totally
white culture is popular culture, by the way. But
right, you guys are pop culture. We're just a little part of it.
But here's an iron. Once again, repeal the 19. So all of these things you're saying is true. Like she's the border czar, but she's talking about if you elect me, I'll send more. Send them now. Don't send more cops. Then send them now. This is literally your job right now. Right? The reparations deal is nothing but black women with white husbands. Always. You can Google it. Every black woman who talks about reparations, Google who their husband are. It's always going to be a white guy. So that's a grift, right? They picked the right woman to say that shit because they know she can It can control
I'm glad I never got trapped into that, because back in the day, I didn't have a bunch of people like you guys to warn me about this shit. I would have walked right into a damn landmine.
And in addition to that, the white man's ice is colder because Tyler's always an imaginary life, right? So even on my channel right now, and I'm going to give a shout out to Ash. Ashley, I don't agree with you, but Ashley got a comment. She says she don't like the idea of voting for a candidate who was found guilty of felonies and out on bail for $200,000 because he tried to illegally overturn results of an election. Number one, you can always challenge the results of an election. Al Gore did it. It's some black chick in Alabama doing it right now. You did it in high school when you went for class president.
Hillary Clinton did it.
Everybody,
even though she conceded, she's still challenged.
Right, you can challenge. That's not illegal. Also, having the exact same crimes as a sitting president, but they say Joe Biden was too senile to face charges, but Trump was not.
And then to top it all off, the felonies that he got were actually paperwork charges where somebody put the wrong information down on paperwork. That's what.
But this is
80% of his.
The biggest irony.
Trump has not been charged with anything insurrection related. Nothing he's been found guilty of is insurrection related.
And technically, he hasn't been charged with anything because it's all going through appeals court right now. So until it's finalized,
that's a wrap. It's 5 black women in the appellate court. But
I'm gonna say this real quick. This is nothing but a big fucking cash grab by my own damn city of New York. And one semester money is an easy cash grab to get from a president that we hated. There you go. He paid his fine.
that's why I like you, Mel. That's why I like you. You keep shit a buck all the time.
But that's not where I was going to go with it. I'm going with the whole accusation because once upon a time, I did a magazine called Convict Cooking. And every model that was in Convict Cooking didn't want to get half naked because she didn't want to have felons masturbating to her. And all of their baby daddies was in jail. The girls was getting fucking PhDs to fuck with niggas on parole. But for a black woman to tell me they don't support a criminal, y'all just don't support white criminals, which means white man's ice is colder. So shout out to Snowman for being a white man on the panel.
Nah, that's not true, Dirty. That's not true. They'll support criminals. And the problem is, what you should have did is what Andrew Tate did. If you get a woman to convince another woman that they should get naked, then it would be cool.
That's what I do all the time.
It would have been empowering.
Dude, I'm telling you, the strip club's a whole lot funner if you bring a woman with you.
Man, this... You know, no, I like to go to the strip club and rob the strippers, but that's different. That's a whole different topic.
Jesus Christ, man!
I don't rob them. I just take the money out their G-string that other people put in,
and pick the money up off the floor when once.
Yeah, shit like that. Put it under my shoe and slide my foot slowly back. You know, shit like that.
Hey, Arnie's was a time and a place that
I feel like I'm being implicated in some future crime that I don't want to be a part of.
Yo, don't mention the said crime. You'll be all right. All right.
Yeah, too late, man. You the getaway driver now, man.
Dude, I'm gonna make sure tomorrow I go do something to get my license suspended.
Well, that's part of the plan we had the other day. We got a replacement for Dave, man.
Yeah, you the getaway driver, bro.
The hell I am, dude. I'm going to get my license suspended. I ain't driving none of you motherfuckers around.
Suspended license don't stop.
Not a single one of you look like Miss Daisy. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's right, Royce. I'm gonna call him habitual from now on.
You know, if you drive a suspended license and get arrested again, they're gonna call you black, right? Because you know you go to jail twice.
Dude, you know I had. Look, I got my license pointed out once because too many driving under suspensions. I had 14 of them in like 3 years.
Bro, I had 60.
Yikes!
In 12 years, I had 60.
Yeah, I should have been calling you habitual. God,
Shut up! Shut up! I'm just trying to be honest with you. You're using it as ammo.
No, I'm with you though, bro. I went to civil court, bro. And
hey, bro, I drove from the age of 21 until I was 33 without a license.
Bro, I went from 18. I lost my driver's license on my 18th birthday. I got it at 10 o'clock that morning and lost it at 10 o'clock that night and didn't get that motherfucker back again. I was 39, 38.
Hey man, y'all some living on the edge types, man.
Hey, you want to know how I lost my license? This is a good quick story, all right? I was drunk as fuck one night, and I was trying to do the responsible thing and drive to my buddy's house and pass out there, which is only a couple blocks down the road, all right? Rather than drive, 30 minutes down the road. Well, as I'm going to his house, there's a damn police barricade, and not with the cars, but with them barricade things in the road. And look, where I wanted to go, I couldn't see nothing, but I saw the house where I was trying to go. So what did I do? I drove up on the sidewalk around the barricade, come around the curve, and God damn it, if some other drunk didn't get into a car accident and hit a telephone pole and kill himself right in front of the house I was trying to go.
Hey, you notice, if y'all been around white guys, they all of their crazy side adventures always start with I was drunk as fuck one time.
Hey, or high. It's always inebriation.
Hey, look, hold my beer, watch this, man. Some crazy.
Well, what
shit
pissed me
to
off
come
about
out.
it though, dude, is when they pulled me over. The one cop tried saying he went back there and checked where I came in. He kicked one of the barricades down, tried saying I drove through the barricade. I said, no, I didn't. I drove up on the sidewalk, silly. I went around your barricade.
See, man, the Pop brothers would have had a field day with you, man. The Pop brothers-in-law, they say shut the fuck up.
Yeah, I was only 21 then, dude. I didn't know anything. Look, I was just trying to convince the cop to let me go where I was at the house I wanted to be. Literally, I was right there. Just they pulled me over before I could get in the driveway.
If you could see the house and you saw the barricades, why don't you just like park on the side of the road and then just walk the rest of the way?
Because it was a bad neighborhood in town, dude. I wasn't leaving my car a block and a half down the road. I want my shit right where I'm at.
All right.
Because I'm white, dude. That's why. Because I'm white and I make dumbass decisions when I'm drunk.
That's not why. Everybody makes bad decisions when they're drunk. It's just severity of the bad decision is the issue.
Look,
wake up.
My logic made sense, dude. I didn't even see no cherries, no berries, no nothing, dude. So I thought I was in the clear.
It happens to the greats, bro. It happens to the greats. We're not going to cast this.
But that's how I lost my license until I was 33. Because it was just a downhill struggle from there. I ended up with, like I said, 16 driving under suspensions, and then I got another DUI about 3 years later and got pulled over right in front of my house. And tried to convince the cop that knew who I was that I wasn't who I was.
Oh, that one happened to me. I wasn't drunk though. I got arrested in front of my house.
Well, look, dude, he pulled me over, and I knew what was going to. I planned on giving him fake information, and I figured he would go back in the car and run it, and I was just going to kick my flip flops off and take off. All right. Nah, that motherfucker sat right there at the window and ran the information I gave him. He said he's saying my name and running my social security, running the number that I gave him. He said, "Ain't you Brian?" And my last name. And I was like, "Nah, dude, you got me confused with somebody else, man."
Oh,
White man's burden. Anyway.
Yeah, true. Go ahead, Dirty.
Nah, all right. Nah, I was gonna say, get back to the topic. I'm giving her the opportunity to get his show back.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's what I thought we were gonna go to. Whoever was gonna say something.
I got an old topic that you guys were discussing. It was kind of the black people and white people coming together and realizing
That's never going to happen.
No, so listen, and it's not that it's never going to happen. It already does, which is why when you look at kids, and I'm talking kids like little kids to middle school to high school, there's really no animosity towards a race or towards other people based on race as kids, except for foreigners. They don't, for some there's something in them that does not allow them to naturally integrate as kids with society. I don't know if it's what they're taught at home or something that is just built in, but kids get along with each other and they become friends and they realize that there's more alike than not alike. But foreign people don't have that same type of, or foreign kids don't, they just don't include themselves.
It's accent and body hair. That's all it is. Accent and body hair.
Yeah, it's something to make them other. And a lot of times, like say if the kid don't like I had a Puerto Rican supervisor when I was in the military, and he'd be telling me all these jacked up stories of when he first came to the States. And he was like real young. He didn't know how to cuss. And all the kids would like laugh at him because he'd be like, mother bitch. So all the kids make fun of him or whatever, and he was like kind of short. So like, anything to other you, man, kids are pretty brutal. So
kids are brutal.
I was gonna say kids are assholes, dude. Let's keep it a buck.
It's certainly taught behavior. The other part is nurture. and the nurture. Yeah, like I said, he grew up around a bunch of kids being picked on, so it's like, yo, that gets instilled in.
As long as the kids are friends with each other, that dynamic is true 100%. But be somebody that's an outcast or outside of the friend group, and kids are dicks, dude. They're assholes.
It's natural though. It's a very
They're the first sense of weak link in the group and everything.
I think what you're kind of referring to, I think that was Moses speaking earlier. When you're talking about like black and white kind of coming together, I think really there won't be a broad kumbaya kind of
Absolutely
coming together.
not.
You're right, and you're foolish to expect such things. But at the same time, I think there is possibility, there is fertile ground for something of an in group out group relationship, whereas like
I can see I was going to say I can see a small group of black and white men putting their differences aside just to get some shit done that needs to be done, and then hating each other when they're done getting that shit done.
I mean,
that's how nationalism
that sounds like
works.
the military.
That's what I'm saying.
Right. That's practical nationalism, especially when we have little diverse ethnic differences and whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's because rational men can sit and say, "Look, let's put our hate aside and focus on this, and then we can go back to hating each other and living in our corners afterwards."
Or hate aside.
White men do that right now with different.
You know what? You know what? We got to stop throwing the word hate around so casually when we describe like the black and white tensions in America, because you know what hate is really. The Hindus and the Muslims are having another one of their infinite 1,000-year wars, and they're slaughtering each other right now in parts of South Asia. Like, it's crazy right now. I mean, all the brutal pillaging and grapes and all that stuff, all the medieval shit, it's back. It's
okay,
back.
so that's
And
real
the
hate.
videos
That's
are
real
back.
hate. I get what you're saying.
I mean,
That's real hate.
That's nothing technically about religion versus a religion. My religion, God, is better than yours.
And America's never really had that.
I don't know if it's the religion thing, because
Right,
the Indians
the
Indians and the Chinese is like that too. They had like a little conflict during COVID, and because the tensions have always been like on edge, they couldn't give a single one of them like weapons.
Yeah, actually, there's a border. There's a border
that's in the Himalayas. Yeah, their border. They have an agreement. I think it was a long-standing agreement.
It has been. They only use medieval weapons.
Yeah, because if you start a shooting war up there, it could escalate. So they figure if they club each other to death with rocks and sticks, nobody cares, and they don't. They respect it. They keep that shit a buck. That's crazy.
Hey, but you know what? The kumbaya, to push back a little bit of what you said, the kumbaya is when you don't kill each other. That's a kumbaya.
And the kumbaya.
But just nobody likes. There's only going to be a small percentage group that's going to do that between blacks and whites. We seen that in the 70s with the hippies.
But you know what's let's be fair, bro. There's only a small percentage group of any group that do anything.
True, and that's what you really need is for that small percentage to shift the direction of the herd.
15 people that take over the nation, bro.
But that's your best and brightest, and that don't work for black people. You heard me? That's your best and brightest, and doesn't work for black people.
That's assuming the boule is your best and brightest. We know this.
They are, but that's also the problem. It's not that they're not our best and brightest.
They're not.
The boule has the same problem of the American elite. Your best and brightest don't really respect you or work for your interests. There is no the noblesse oblige, however you say that shit. They don't have any no sense of I need to care for the common man. They have none of that, right? So so when you think of like ideas like globalism or transnationalism, there's that's like the American elite, broadly speaking. But when it comes to like the black elite, they don't actually work to grow the black population. At best, they're communist.
Okay, well, I'll give you the communist part, and I don't want to hear no DEI gangbanger, but I'm about to say something real quick. So the best and brightest, they don't care. They're not part of anything, right? Like the actual brightest. The boule aren't the best and brightest. It's kind of like when people talk about, man, white people got it all together. They had 100-year plan. These are not the same crackers from 1920.
That's a fact.
So same thing, but the hegemony is there. So same thing with the boule. My I tell stories all the time. My grandmother hung out with Carol Moseley Braun and Paul Simon and Mr. Romney
and Hillary Clinton. He's the
Rodham.
ops.
I mean, Rodham. I said Romney. Rodham, Mr. Rodham. I don't know if she don't have Hillary. Hillary would look like my dad's age, but but it skips a generation. My dad ain't do shit, and then I'm out here hanging out with senators and eating tacos with the aldermen and still gangbanging. Like, it skips a generation. What happens when you talk to the best and brightest? If you're bright, they talk to you. Bright people don't talk to dumb people, and most people are dumb. That's not a boule thing. That's the best and brightest thing. The best and brightest don't even care about the boule. The best and brightest want to help you get this money, because they think money is power, or at least money will get you out the situation you're in, right? So they want
money can get you in the direction of power,
right? Money can buy the shooters. Now the boule are scared of the shooters, so they can never have the power of force. They can only have the power of influence, but they don't even have the influence because they're scared of the people. So all they do is chase white women, and then black men put black women in charge. There is no, when I tell y'all that all the reparations talks are black women married to white men, listen to those women speak. They dumb as shit. They all dumb as shit.
So the white men they're married to.
I'm not going to disagree.
I hate to do it, right? But look at all this natural hair on screen.
I was going to comment that I bet if you gave Hood about 2 months with her, she would make him a good wife.
Man, she kind of look like a brown Elmo.
No,
that's messed up, dude.
You haven't heard her talk yet. I wouldn't. I wouldn't take any. Yeah, I wouldn't take that kind of bet.
She got a crazy voice.
No fixing her. No, I mean, listen to the words she said. Like, there's no fixing her. She's too far gone. She's here to rep Kamala, by the way. I wanted to actually review this. I haven't listened to this yet.
Off with her head.
Jack in Warren, Ohio, is a Republican.
Damn, she look like an alcoholic.
Good morning. Hey, I just want to ask the lady a question about. I'm not an African American. I am a foundational Black American, and I wish Black women
Jesus
like
Christ.
her. She looks like a foundational Black woman, and I would like for her to represent us right. When Kamala Harris said she's not going to do anything specifically for Black America, she lost the Black men vote right then and there. This is what we want. We want you Black women like you to listen. We want reparations.
Oh fuck! I'm gonna let it finish, but goddamn, I already know this shit is not gonna go well. This is what Black men want from you, Black women. Oh fuck, bro!
This is why Black men will never be able to racism properly.
I promise you, bro. Just Chicago guys. Only Chicago men can racism properly.
He's from Ohio, by the way.
Fred Hampton, R.I.P. Fred Hampton. Well, I hate the Panthers, but at least they know how to go ahead and say pig, white man, all that good stuff. These soft ass motherfuckers are here today. Ooh, man, go ahead.
Foundational Black American, and I wish Black women like her. She looks like a foundational Black woman, and I would like.
Real quick, pause this.
Her to represent us.
Because this is the problem. This is the problem, okay? You only have one group of people that are expecting something specifically to be given to them and completely overlooking the nation as a whole. What can I get? What can I get?
Okay, here's
that's
the
not necessarily true, Snowman.
Yes, it's very
white women expect the they don't expect reparations, but they expect to get stuff all the time.
Right, white women.
Dude, I'm sitting here telling you that white men are the only men that don't expect anything from anybody.
I'll grant you, no, be the exclusion.
I think he's saying that the women expect things from the government, which is true.
Every other special group, the gays want something. Black women got 10 billion from Goldman Sachs.
I'm tired of this shit. I'll vote for you if you give me stuff.
I got what you're saying. I'm not mad at what you're saying. I'm just saying that
unfortunately, most of Americans or Marxists have that mentality. Unfortunately.
I mean, are we surprised? Like we're going to the Kennedy days where you ask the question what you can do for your country. Instead, it's what can my country do for me?
Well, for me, this is becoming a really tiring argument every time you watch a news clip like this or something, and you got people that are repping FDA or ADOS or whatever other pretend group they want to be this day.
Yeah, but
it's always Where's my millions of dollars, or where's my hair? Where's my hair legislation? I mean, this shit's getting insane.
Hold on, I don't want to get bogged down on that part. I don't want to get bogged down on that
Yeah,
part.
but the same people that want those handouts are the same people that cause inflation by giving money to Ukraine and all this shit.
Let's let it play a little more. Let's
I'll
let the
go with
clip
that.
play.
But
Hold
before
on,
you play,
hold on. Let's let it play a little bit more because we were getting bogged down in something. We didn't even get. It's only 20 seconds into the clip.
I'm still mad.
I'm trying to avoid going through this punishment.
No, my thing is, how does he know what?
Shut up, so he can play his clip.
No, I want to say this. She got on $14 worth of cheap makeup. How does he know what the fuck she looked like? You look like
He's simping, nigga. Obviously, he came out the gate simping. That's what we stopped the first time.
Simping. Heavily. He's one of these my black queen type of motherfuckers.
This is what we want. We want you black women like you to listen. We want reparations. We want an anti-hate crime bill.
Look at the expression on her face.
We are not playing games with the Democrats. You guys have been running this country for the last 16 years.
Yo, those anti-hate crime bills are anti-free speech.
Black men. The Asians got an anti-hate crime bill, and all these other groups get all this money. But when it comes to black men, like the people in Chicago and in New York, they're not getting everything. They're bringing in all these Latinos, running our neighborhoods over. And
So,
then
Jack, let's let Reese respond to some of these points that you've made.
I actually really appreciate this call because this is like the greatest hits of disinformation campaigns that is targeting the Black community. First of all, there's no such thing as the Asian hate crime bill. There's the COVID-19 anti-hate crime
She's
bill.
definitely not FBA.
I told you.
Cases that are COVID-19 related.
Came out simping for nothing.
It's called the Civil Rights Acts that have already been passed, as well as the Matthew J. Shepard and James Byrd Jr. Acts. And so there's no deficiency when it comes to the Black community in terms of hate crimes legislation. We wouldn't know, for instance, that Black people are the #1 victims of hate crimes if we did not have federal hate crimes legislation. So that's a battle that is already won and does not need to be relitigated and fought again. In terms of, Democrats having...
That I will say, black folk, I mean, I don't really believe in hate crimes anyway. It's a stupid concept. Like any violent crime is basically a hate crime technically. I didn't love you when I punched you in the mouth, so I don't really check. I don't appreciate that.
I mean, like, you 50 Shades love and you know Alpha love.
It's disingenuous. It's like when you see on eggs and it'll say gluten free. Of course, this motherfucker is gluten free.
Well, I mean, but if you look at the law, right? If there's premeditation in murder, what do you have? You have a higher statute for murder. Like saying hate crime, what you're doing is you're lessening all crimes, except for these ones that you segregated to this little bit of scrutiny over here.
But what's fucked up is the hate crimes can get you worse. Like if you kill somebody, if you delete somebody and then you delete somebody, but it's hate crime deletion, like you'll get more time, even though they both the same thing.
Yeah, which doesn't mean anything because what if the person just happened to be this race?
Right. What if I happen to hit a gay guy in the mouth? Not because he's gay, but because he talked too fucking much.
Exactly. Yeah. Dirty got a good point. So it's stupid, that stuff, because most of the time people, most of the time people be knocking each other out because something specific, not because of like a race or something like that.
Right. It's not because you wore a dress that I hit you. That's why I avoided you. It's because you hit on me. That's why I hit you.
The fact that you were wearing a dress is why I didn't hit you with everything I have.
No, I'm hitting you with everything I got. You're still a man. I'm trying to put you to sleep.
Yeah, it's still a dude.
But see, that's how you get hate crimed.
Hey, see, look. This is why, like, y'all shouldn't be picking nobody up on West Hollywood like them dudes back in the day.
Oh, like
you don't pick anybody up by any inner city park anywhere.
Don't let anybody in your car. It's not safe anymore. But I want to get back to Reese. I don't think she's FBA. I don't know if she is.
She is not.
She is not FBA. If she's anything, she's feminist, but she's definitely not FBA.
Administration, where we saw the country go into the crapper, in terms of the economic condition, in terms of his handling of COVID.
She's Black Lives Matter.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
example, for the fact
all
that
women are
there
black.
are states
So
that have
yes,
Republican
She's George Soros
trifectas. So
matters.
you're looking at where Black people are most heavily concentrated. It's actually in states that have Republican trifectas. Democrats are not running those states. And
Oh
so
God,
there
this
was
is
something that I
horrible.
missed in terms of some of the things that the gentleman said, but the
He
reality.
did say that Harris has said that she wasn't going to do anything for Black people.
Thank you. So that is from an interview where 5 seconds of a clip is taken out of a response in which she was saying anything that this country does for Black people is going to benefit all of our country. So she was not saying that she would not do anything specifically for Black people. She was saying that anything that benefits Black people benefits all the country. The reality is she has
she
done
said
things
both of those
for
things.
Black people. I already mentioned it
she
earlier,
said
her work around
specifically.
Black maternal mortality and
She did say
HBCUs
she
and
wasn't
things
going to
of
help
that
Black
nature. And
people.
so
Explain to me how anything that benefits black people benefits the whole country.
No,
And
she
you
said
really
she
got-
wanted.
Yeah.
She said she wasn't gonna do anything specifically for Black people, right? So
Yeah.
case in point, like a HBCU funding. Okay, like she wasn't like out there leading the charge for Howard. In fact, didn't they claw back some of the money that Trump
Yeah,
gave
they took
away?
like first
Yeah,
weekend
she
off.
did.
Yeah. Yeah.
But that's because they want to take all the money for themselves. I mean, they're not going to say that, but
Hey,
they'll be corrupt
listen.
as fuck.
I can tell she's FBA because she did a much better job of putting up a smoke screen and deflecting than that John Pierre press secretary. that
She's
they
taking
currently
that
got.
Michael Eric Dyson oratory class.
Man, she
No,
is
no,
killing
like
it with the bullshit, boy.
She-
Hey,
You know the
that
definitely-
is an FBA Keisha.
you know the
and
crazy thing about the
she's
reparations
definitely not. She's
conversation though.
definitely not the Michael Eric Dyson type. She's not using enough big words.
Yeah, that
No, but you got to listen to the way she may not be using big words, but you got to look at the way she's attacking the arguments.
Here's the thing. The reparations conversation is a black bank conversation. There are no reparations given by the government. Just they just what's the word I'm looking for? Anyway, they give you your money back. I can't think of the word right now. But somebody pays it and then they send the feds the bill and the bill
Restitution.
Well, not restitution.
It's called a refund, dummy.
Right. Either way, whether it comes directly from the government, which means printing money, or if it comes from the bank, which is like printing money the hard way, either way,
The
it's going
government
to
doesn't
be
print money though.
Right.
Well, because the
Yeah.
Fed is a different bank. The Fed prints money, but
Right.
still, that's kind of the thing. You're messing with a huge inflationary issue now.
Exactly.
But you're
And
not.
that's what
No,
they
no,
don't
no. But
understand.
wait. But you're
The
not.
Democrats don't understand simple economics. The liberals don't understand simple
No,
economics.
but there is a simple economic to it, but it's not that you have to print more money. The issue is most of the things that because there's already funds that they don't call reparations that they have for low income and at risk youth.
Welfare. They already got all that shit, technically.
Well, welfare isn't the same thing.
About
But
section 7, 8, 9, 10, all the damn different sections of.
Yeah,
Right,
and
but-
these fucking taxpayers have to pay that shit for these fucking low hanging fruit motherfuckers.
all right, cool.
Most of the people that think they're paying taxes aren't even fucking paying taxes anyhow.
Right, yeah, fuck them trailer park white kids. Like, I don't know why when y'all think. See, that's part of the bad part of the black brand that they think poverty is black. That's crazy. Anyway, the point is that the money can be reallocated to other things. That's not even the issue. The issue isn't the money. The issue is you can't get shit until you got shit. So they come begging with nothing. Instead of being like, I put it up, man. I put this bread up, man. Give me my bread back.
Some of these things are financial literacy. Like, yeah, you're right. If you don't know, you don't know. But also at the same time, most of the time, these people don't go out like looking to get these answers. They just want to blame somebody and be like, hey, we don't have X, Y, and Z. But then they're buying $300 Jordans or something like that.
Honestly, all I hear is, man, you can buy me cheap. I want to be a slave. When I hear that, I'm like, okay, shit, they want to be a slave. All right,
Yo,
cool.
so if you cut them a check, they would spend up all the money and be in the same situation, probably worse.
Yeah, look, it
That
happens
is true.
all the time. Who win the
Well,
lottery?
it is going to be worse because if say reparations passes, all they're doing is basically taking their money and making it worthless.
Yep. Taking everybody's money and making it worthless. It's going to devalue the dollar even more.
That's what I'm saying. But what, in essence, they're basically making their own reparations worthless. And then to top it all off, then you got the whole aspect of the fact that they're literally going to be paying their own reparations too.
I gather you all.
And then not only that, but this is why I was never really pro reparations once I really kind of understood what people were asking for, because there are little details that make it impossible. Like, what's the hourly pay rate for a slave?
They didn't have to pay. That's why
I think it should have to at least be minimum wage.
Well, what's minimum wage for a slave?
Well, today minimum wage is $7.85 an hour. I think
minimum wage acts like inflation to your economy too. In fact, minimum wage originally was like designed to like kind of stop a lot of black kids from getting experience.
And then you understand minimum wage is an inflationary concept in and of itself.
Facts.
So who's to say the slaves wouldn't have negotiated even less of a salary on their own behalf? Like, the number is completely imaginary.
Well, look, because there's a real easy way that the whole reparations thing could actually be taken care of and be done. But the thing is we're at a stage now where the people that want reparations aren't wanting the original agreement. They're wanting money now. There's all kinds of open land in this country that ain't being used nowhere. These motherfuckers are 40 acres in a pickup truck and shut the fuck up.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Americans in general, we have a lot of opportunities and privileges, and a lot of these things are given to people, and they already, honestly,
I'm talking a used pickup truck, a used pickup truck like an S10.
But in general, the average American spends in their lifetime $1 million, more than that, technically. So most people are, if you look at it in that sense, are privileged and are millionaires, and that's including.
The thing is property. The one thing that's stayed consistent with inflation is property value. Property, the cost of the property has went up right along with inflation. All right, so take your 40 acres somewhere, wherever out in the wilderness somewhere, get your donkey or your fucking S10 and shut up.
Hold on, I'm about to tell y'all exactly how much reparations would be.
But the money's there. The money's already there. They just have to use it correctly and not use it on dumb shit.
What are you talking about? There ain't the money's already there for reparations. Are you insane?
No, hold on. Snowman. What they do is they're gonna give you the land, right? Then when you can't pay the taxes on the land, they're gonna take it back, and then
that's not my problem.
Hold on, wait. I'm about to tell you how much it would be, because Snowman asked me. I'm gonna tell you. So according to the white man's infinite knowledge, it costs between $300 to $5,000 to get your freedom paper, but the average price was $300, right? So with inflation in today's money, that would be $9,500 per person.
That's it? Only 10 grand?
If you mark it up to, they say, as much as 5,000.
And that's what I exactly just said. With all the things that people get, government handouts, whatever the fuck you want to call it, socialism stuff around here, people already get that money. That's what I'm saying.
Then you look at
it. It's really crying for $10,000.
Yeah. And if you want the whole country, you're going to have to do like we did. You're going to have to take it from us.
It could be anywhere between 10,000 to 159,000 per person.
You see, and that's why I reject the whole thing, because that range. Hold on. A range like that is not serious. Anywhere between 10 and 159,000. I mean, come on.
Yeah, that's crazy.
If they had $300, and I'm leaning toward the $300 though, because $300 in 1860 was some bread, right?
Yeah.
So if it's $300, right? I got to go back to my calculator. If it's $300, I'll tell you when I get it.
Yeah, Dirty.
But basically, what you do is you divide $300.
They're not gonna go with that number. They're gonna be like a injury claim lawsuit, right? Where they're gonna need like about 3 pain.
Yeah, they're trying to tack just a bunch of imaginary interest to this.
They're gonna need a couple of pain and sufferings, about 3 pain and sufferings. They're gonna need mental anguish, and then they're gonna need.
What they need to do is they need to get a job and get off welfare.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but what's funny is a lot of people that I see like having this argument, they're not like they have jobs. I don't know if they have careers, but they work. I'm like,
hell
damn,
no, that's
man, like
crazy.
they doing this in their spare time.
I gotta do
First off, if they had
but
more of a mentality of a how do you say, of a business person instead of just employee, they would have already made that 10 grand.
Do I want to make this hourly?
You know what? This is why disease
wait, hold on.
and
You know
high
what
blood
the wildest
pressure and
the wildest thing? Like one of the major spokespeople, Tariq Nasheed, I seen a video of him driving a Bentley the other day, and I was like, oh, I didn't know he was rolling like that. He's rolling in LA in a Bentley, man. Drop top too. You know, I said, man, y'all been
That
playing,
seem
man.
about right too. They got to be $300 because the numbers come out right. So that means that because the way that they mark how much your freedom paper will cost is how much it will cost for 7 years of service. Because even if they called it chattel slavery, nationally, constitutionally, we were a indentured servitude nation.
Dude, it's suspicious. It's actually has a good point. That if they got reparations in America, if you get any kind of substantial lump sum that it gets taxed pretty hard, imagine how much they're going to lose in taxes on that. Oh shit!
It's like almost 50%. It's like
no, I ain't tripping on that part.
Yeah, taxes to who?
To the feds.
No,
so, so it's the same people that are giving that are
giving them the money,
That's
right?
still, yeah, dude. Just because they're giving you money still doesn't mean that shit ain't taxed.
Right.
Exactly.
They tax the lottery, and it's state money, and they tax the lottery. You know what's so crazy? It comes down to 22 cents an hour to be a slave. Now, the reason I believe that's true.
Damn, that's like 3 cents more than what you make in the prison.
Well, how I know that, and that's today. I mean, that's 22 cents back then. So what would it be in today's money? Hold on, let me do it real quick.
How do I know that? Because I have a black person that's my personal slave working in a prison, sending me a check every month.
So in today's money, it'll be $7 an hour, $6.99, $7.
So, but doesn't that mean, first off, doesn't that mean you have to admit you were a slave? That's all of this stuff is very
that's a whole different argument. But that's what I'm saying. It's a lot of stipulations. But what I'm saying is, if they got, and I know that's true because my grandfather's first job.
Day. Hey, did you see that comment? Your day is numbered, so-called white man.
Hey, whatever. So it would be.
I love people like you. Hit the link. Hit the link.
So at $7 an hour, that's how much Negroes want, right? With today's inflation for slavery, they want $7 an hour.
So they want less than minimum wage. They can't even deal right.
Like, you know, the easiest way to deal with this would be you pass it, but you say, hey, all right, you got to produce records, like,
right,
you know, showing this lineage, and most people didn't keep records, so guess what? Nobody gets
most people don't have
the truth is most black people probably have a ton of land on record in their family. That's why it's like a weird conversation if you actually.
Yeah, it really is.
It is a weird conversation.
They already have the land. They just don't know what to do with it. It's more
also not considering there's probably a whole bunch of people that are really Native Americans. They're not even from slaves.
And hold on, let me finish it because it's more of a mental and cultural thing. That's like, okay, if you were to have this land, what would change about your day-to-day lifestyle? Are you mentally ready to I don't even know how to help them see that you could have everything everything you wanted. You want land, you could either have it, you already do. What would you then do? Are you ready to keep it up? Are you ready to?
These city Gloctaviuses are not ready to be self-sufficient and homestead and do all that stuff. Come on, they
Dude, that'd be funny to see them turn into farmers.
No, it's not gonna happen.
No. We do not want those people around the small towns and the precious American places.
You want them to feed themselves, of course we do. We're not talking about farmers like putting food in the grocery store, but farm as in, yeah, if you could actually learn how to grow your own food, you'll realize you could actually solve your own problems. You don't need to
those motherfuckers ain't trying to learn. That's the whole point.
They wouldn't learn. They would sell it to developers, and they get mad when the developers like turn it into like a profit.
Come on, bro. These motherfuckers can't do shit right. I see them every day with their pants half below.
If they were smart, what they would do is they'd sharecrop the land out.
Majority of people.
Like I said, if a lot of these people that already have land that you're talking about, they'd smart, they would sharecrop the land out. They'd have somebody farm it for them and just take a percentage of it.
Hey, suspicious talking about it includes payroll deductions. Oh man.
Yeah, that's too funny.
Does it come with Cobra?
That's great.
Look, man, these kids out here, man, especially these Gen Z, They're not ready to go on a farm and be self-sufficient, wake up at 4 a.m. and feed the cows and do this and that. Come on, man. I grew up in the bro, these kids out here, they can't do any of that shit. They can
Oh,
barely wipe their own ass, let
look,
alone take care of land.
I want to see them like just baling hay.
I want
That's
to
what I
get
wanna
back to
see.
this clip real quick.
Let's get back to the
Things
clip
like
with the
suing so
tether.
that black farmers
You can
cannot
tell
get
she a
relief,
thug
suing
bitch
so
in.
that things like the Fearless Fund cannot exist.
Oh,
which
she's
is helping
talking about black
black
farmers.
entrepreneurs. I don't know how you reconcile the idea that black people need to get something specifically, reparations being one of them, where 100% of the people that support reparations in the federal government are Democrats.
You've had welfare for 30 years. There's your repo.
Done, but let's
Facts.
be
That's
consistent
what
in
I'm saying.
our views
Not the dude.
and in the
Not the
That
policies
is
that
not
we're
repo.
The hell it ain't, sir.
See, once again, you're making a woman thing a black thing.
Nah, bro. Welfare in a way is reparations, and welfare
Let the
technically started for
clip
white people.
play. Hold.
No, it is not. Just because y'all want to be racist and act like y'all egalitarian, then it's not make it true.
I don't know how you reconcile
It's a handout. That's all I'm saying.
Jesus Christ.
reparations being one of them, where 100% of the people that support reparations in the federal government are Democrats, not Republicans. So I think that there's work to be done, but let's be consistent in our views and in the policies that we're advocating for.
Donald Trump doesn't even like black people. And he's shown that when he got sued in New York in the 80s for not renting to black people.
I don't think that we have to surmise what Donald Trump's feelings are towards black people. He's already expressed it. I remember in his 2016 campaign, his appeal to us was, your lives are living in hell. What do you have to lose? That was his appeal. And now his appeal this time
Was he lying though?
I know, right?
What was so bad about that? I never understand it. Because isn't that what Democrats say? Isn't that why black folk need reparations? Because they struggling is
Because
bad.
they're broke. Yeah.
And so when Trump says, "Hey man, y'all been struggling under Democrats all this time," oh no, what'd you say about black folk? It's wild.
Dude, all you have is a bunch of tax dollars being funneled into these communities and shit, and nothing positive's coming out of it. How much more money do we have to keep wasting?
Mm-hmm.
I wish you guys knew how it works.
Hey, your homeboy Dirty got the skinny on that when he talks about the Urban League and all these organizations taking the money and squandering it.
Yeah, they be stealing all that shit. All them motherfuckers, Jesse Jackson, all these motherfuckers be thieves, man. Come on. But black people eat that shit up, man. They be supporting the same motherfuckers who be stealing from them.
Damn, you know what? I'm having a hard time focusing between the immigration thing. I mean, the reparations thing and the immigration thing.
What the
It's
fuck
crazy.
is that?
There was a shooting outside the Aurora apartment complex.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. And the Hells Angels supposedly want to go in there and fight the Venezuelan gangs.
They're not going in.
Allegedly,
communities. This is a big deal because for quite some time now, we've been hearing about the violence taking place in the migrant communities. This task force is going to target a specific Venezuelan gang that is known to not only be here in Denver, but in other cities across the country. Now, we are still not sure exactly what happened at this apartment complex, but what happened last night was downright ferocious with all that gunfire.
It's been happening with dumb
hit by
motherfuckers.
gunfire, shattered glass, police tape surrounding a large crime scene that was still being investigated at an apartment complex more than 12 hours after gunfire erupted in Aurora.
Warfare. That's all. It was different calibers guns, many different kinds of guns.
The shooting at the edge at Lowry Apartments on Dallas Street Sunday night around 11:30 left a man with life-threatening wounds. Police found numerous shell casings. This woman says she heard.
Yo, liberals voted for all this shit, man. And to defund the police.
Wait, Hood. When was that police chief? When was her briefing? When did this happen?
That was like yesterday or today.
I'm not even sure, right? I couldn't give you an exact timeline.
Cause like my thought is the briefing happened and this happened after that.
When you guys are done, I'd like to point something out.
I seen pictures of that chick or whatever. She's pointing at bullet holes in her car. She's driving like a white Nissan some sort.
I don't know. I saw a whole bunch of stuff on IG earlier about it. Supposedly, as far as social media is concerned, I've seen stuff about this for at least 4 days now.
All I'm saying is anybody living in these cities that has a problem with these migrants coming in, you're racist. That's all I got. You're racist. You're a misogynist. You're xenophobic.
I'm racist, man.
I hope you choke on all of those dicks. All
of you, my Mick, right there, bro. They racist.
Hey, so wait a minute. Before I got bounced off, y'all said the Hell's Angels want to go into those complexes and fight the migrants.
Allegedly they're on their way to Aurora, Colorado.
That just sounds like some Escape from New York. Sam,
Aurora, Colorado. I think Aurora, Colorado is like where. Never mind. I forget what I was even going to say.
Honestly, all this stuff is bound to happen. The 80s movies been talking about it. But in general, if the government doesn't do shit, vigilantism is going to go up. It is what it is. Bro, I'm over here in the city. This shit is like Batman. This shit is like Gotham City out here.
Yeah, but if it was to happen or whatever, like to that clip that Hood played, is because somebody from Hell's Angels got messed with or they're cutting into their business. They ain't doing this for charity.
You gotta take it.
Hell's Angels.
The only thing the Hells Angels were doing was a Toys for Tots ride. That's all that was, man.
Yeah, they do those kind of things too, but you gotta take into consideration there are good dudes, and it did start off from combat vets. So like they're American in general. They will stand up for that shit.
Now we're being a little romantic. It's not
romantic.
I was going to say, man.
You can do that with the Bloods and the Crips too if you really wanted to, but
and they should be involved too. Listen, all these organizations originally traditionally started to help the communities. Now, yeah, they do nefarious things, but
all that matters is the end result. It doesn't matter how you started, and like the road to hell is paved with good intentions.
I'm just saying they still do things like that if there's a bigger purpose sometimes, and also you got to take into consideration. They have tons of different chapters. So there could be chapters that have, look, I know people in these kind of MCs, they're everyday people. Yes, some people are doing bad stuff, but a lot of times it's your firefighters, it's your detectives, it's your lawyers, it's your weekend.
None of those guys are in any real MC. Come on.
And then also too, man, like if you start moving across interstate and from intro state inside the state, you talking about federal and bringing heat to your organization? That's crazy, man. Like,
I know it's crazy, but that's the times call for desperate measures.
No, it ain't that desperate yet.
Oh,
you're assuming that they would take it upon themselves instead of just bunker down.
Hey, the Hells Angels ain't getting in the middle of no minority.
That's a fact.
They're not doing that.
That's a fact. They're going to sit there and watch eating popcorn and clean up the mess when it's over and see what they can salvage out of it.
But we're not talking about the Venezuelans are minorities, but they're going where supposedly where they are middle class American, you know what I'm saying, places. It's not, so it's involving everybody.
Lower.
They don't care about middle class white people either.
Because like if you look at those apartment complexes, man, they don't look no different than row houses, man.
All I'm saying is all these sanctuary city supporters, if you have a problem with this shit, you're racist.
I agree with that.
And the people they keep on interviewing in those areas from those apartment complexes, man.
Hope your coffee's as good as mine.
Typical,
hell, I hope
middle
it's better.
class people.
And mine's pretty damn good this morning. Look, I got to straighten something out for you. No, a Venezuelan drug gang has not taken over an apartment complex in Aurora, Colorado.
Is that Kenny Rogers' brother?
Crap. That is weaponized immigration crap. Mike Kaufman, the mayor of Aurora, Colorado, is a Trumper. Trump endorsed him when he got kicked out of Congress. And they're like cockroaches. Just because we ran him out of Congress didn't mean he went away. He's now the mayor of Aurora, Colorado. This is all made up crap. And the interim police chief that has nothing to lose, no skin in the game, took her police force down there, and they went door to door to door to door and talked to everybody that lives in that apartment complex. And no, the Venezuelans drug gang has not taken over. That's the plot of that 1991 B movie, New Jack City.
Nah, this is New York,
it's
by the way.
crap. And no, the Hell's Angels are not on their way to Aurora.
This motherfucker. He just tried to blame the blacks. Hold up.
Hey, dude, I respect what he did there. I respect the shit out of it.
Man, this low budget fucking
Dude, he was right on code with the streets, son. Right on code.
This ain't New Jack City.
I, for one, am shocked and appalled.
Well, check him out though. Some that he said could be correct, right? But he could be wrong at the same time. So, like, the level it's been blown up can be too much, but to say it's nothing, that's clearly a lie.
Bro, I know it's not nothing just because I've seen it here in the city where I'm at. So it's definitely happening.
How are you two going to sit here and diminish this white man's use of black people's tactics?
Bro, these gangs are everywhere, man, unfortunately.
I'm just saying, man. I think we should have marinated on what he did a little bit longer. He blamed this on black people.
Right. That was like, look.
But the funny thing about it, okay, being that he mentioned New Jack City, right?
Then he called it the B movie.
Where do you think Nino Brown learned that from?
Yeah.
People, so come on, man.
Nino Brown learned that from the Italians, but in general,
Hey, I will rock with this. I will rock with this cracker. He's got a backbone, man. No Diddy. You know what? This motherfucker ain't afraid to push back and tell all these damn fucking
ESB, shame, blame, explain. It's all white people.
He just keeping it a buck. He keeping it a buck and telling these fucking monkeys that they're acting like monkeys.
He's only keeping it half a buck because technically it's the liberals in general, black and white. So let's be real.
They're all fucking monkeys, brain dead monkeys.
Fight off the evil. Is what is a drug gang. It's got snipers on the roof that's not real either. Yeah, to make it for American drug gang. No, man. It's all made up crap. And it's made up crap to prime the pump because, Putin, through his embassy in Mexico City, made arrangements. There's another caravan at the Mexican southern border. And they said they're timing it to hit mid-October. It's just priming the pump. But for the bigots. And the right Putin's fault. Love this. The same people that are anti-crime are now pro Hell's Angels.
Conservative, wouldn't the Hells Angels actually want to get involved? Because if you want to talk about business, taking their business.
War is bad for business. War is bad for business.
Yes, war is bad for business, but sometimes you need your turf.
What are you talking about? Hells Angels, if anything, are getting most of their drugs from the cartel, and if the cartel's in their backyard, it makes it easier for them to get their profit. It's a net gain for the Hells Angels. What are you talking about?
Listen, what do you really know about running a criminal organization that is multinational? Like, bro, don't make assumptions.
I wasn't making an assumption. I was asking. I'm saying if maybe that could be something that they could be doing for that reason.
Why would you get involved when they're spreading their territory out?
No reason to assume they would take the patriotic.
Isn't Colorado under the Bandidos territory anyhow?
I wouldn't even know. I couldn't even get into that. I'm just saying it doesn't make sense to assume they would just jump in just because my America.
So if that was the case, though, Snowman.
That's the fun thing about it.
Hey, Snowman. If that was the case, right? It's enemy territory, right? So, like, an enemy of your enemy is what? Your friend?
No, so if it's just a bunch of your enemies and they're all enemies with each other, you just watch your enemies destroy each other and eat popcorn and laugh.
In which case, you stay home and you ride your bike around the neighborhood.
Right.
Crossfire behind that shit, though.
And like I only mentioned the Hell's Angels thing because it was a part of like it's going viral on Twitter or whatnot. People are putting all these videos saying the angels are coming, but they're like old videos or random videos of motorcycles. Like I was driving through Staten Island yesterday, and I saw probably at least 50 guys on choppers driving through Staten Island. They were all black too. I was like, holy shit,
dude, that's dope.
Yeah, what the fuck are you guys?
Were they actually on cruisers or were they all on crotch rockets?
No, they're on choppers. They're on cruisers, but I didn't see really any like ninjas or nothing like that.
Wait, Hill, you say you saw that yesterday?
Yeah, I was driving through Staten Island.
I can tell you why. It's the last day of the summer. Almost all the biker gangs do their last ride around New York.
Okay.
Almost all bikers do their last ride around America this weekend, man. It's Labor Day weekend.
Yeah, it's Labor Day weekend.
Last ride around before the winter season come in.
Most guys will start, unless you're a real biker and you ride your bike all year long.
Yeah.
That's just because you don't own a car, white man. Look.
No, it's just because, shut up.
Y'all, because y'all been racist the whole
No,
time.
dude, what it is white people aren't afraid of the cold, sir.
Hey, you full of shit. I know plenty of white people. They shit in the garage unless it's like 70 and above. Man.
And those are fucking soy boy, Starbucks fucking cucked wannabe weekend warrior bikers.
I can't believe what I'm hearing. Hold on. Are we taking away the winter? White people are the winter. What do you mean? How are we going to take them out of the winter?
No, hood. Like most white people don't be riding their bikes in the wintertime. You need to stop.
I know a lot of guys that ride in the wintertime.
Yeah.
There's a lot of trailer park trash, but most people don't ride their bike in the winter, bro.
Yeah, most people don't ride the bike in the winter in general.
Hey, dude. Okay.
White folk be out there in lacrosse shorts and a hoodie and a blizzard on a bike.
Dude, my wife used to watch me put on my Carhartts and then a snowsuit and then a leather jacket and then some leather gloves, welding gloves, and some snowboard gloves, and I get on my bike and take off.
Man, you know what this one dude told me one time though? White cat, right? Country white dude. He said there's a fine line between hardcore and stupid. And some people don't know the line, man.
Well, you aren't going on no fucking 7-hour ride if it's fucking 20 below out. But if the sun's out and you want to put a coat on and go truck around town.
Hey, look, you hardcore, man. Like I'm not disputing that.
I want to get this last shot of the California Reparations Assembly here. Grows mad, y'all. Grows mad.
Hey, look, they got that flag right there.
Assembly Bill 1836 by Senator Barrett and regulated intellectual property.
Respectfully asking your honor.
Thank you, Senator Barrett.
What is going on here?
Yeah, what's going on?
Okay, we need some backstory.
Yeah, what happened?
This guy,
I'm talking to you.
That guy is a Republican. He wants to bring the bill forward, and this guy is apparently, and the rest of the black Democrats or whatever, they're not like bringing the bill forward. And it's weird because it's their own bill. These Democrats are pushing the reparations bill. He's trying to call their bluff because the bill that he wants to push forward is actually like a watered down bill from Gavin Newsom. It's not going to give any money. It's just going to study how to give some money. And so he's like, "Good, pass the reparations bill, nigga." And they're like, "No, we don't want to pass that bill. Don't make me pass the bill."
I heard about this, man. I heard about this.
Hey, it's similar. It's similar to what the squad did with that whole Medicaid for all deal, where they all balked on it pretty much. When Nancy Pelosi said jump, they said how high, and it proved that they weren't actually about that life.
No, it's not that bad.
You're now down to 15 seconds. Do you have testimony, Mr. Gallagher?
Mr. Speaker, I do. It's time for you to shut me up. Shut 500,000.
See, black community, it ain't the white man trying to hold you back. It's your own people.
People themselves are usually their own worst enemy.
This whole California reparations thing is a big shit show. It's beautiful.
Hey, this is a good thing though, because what it does is it gets rid of those false pretenses that all these people are for this thing, but they're not actually doing the things to bring the thing forward.
Dude, this is like watching a reboot of Night Court.
Is this the same committee just a few months ago that made racist statements about black people in general, and now they trying to go ahead and give them reparations, and it's a black boule? All right, okay, but yeah, I love it. I love it.
I like Night Court. I like Bull.
Night Court was good. Night Court was good.
Don't get sidetracked. Damn.
No, we gonna wrap this thing up anyway. We've been closing in on 4 hours here.
Richard Moore, rest in peace, man. We love you, Bull. Shit, that was my favorite character, Night Court.
Yeah, boy, was
Yo, but is it illegal to have?
Hey, listen. Don't go. Don't try to take money from Chase Bank. They're not letting you niggas get that. I know you thought you had a money thing happening, but you niggas are gonna owe a lot of money, so don't do that. Just want to tell you that before we get out of here. Chase Bank is not gonna give you free money.
Hey Hood, did you hear about
Maybe Federal ain't gonna give out free money like that.
Hey,
no more.
hey Hood, did you hear about the chick in Ohio that got scammed out of $6,000 and Chase ain't gonna reimburse her?
Oh,
Hey, should be happening, man. I didn't hear about it though.
Yeah,
I don't know why people were banking with Chase anyhow. They were one of the banks that took the biggest amount of bailout money from the taxpayer.
In 2008, man, they fucked up everybody.
Why the fuck would you bank with a bank that basically fucked up, stole all your tax dollars from you, and then to add insult to injury, kicked you out of your fucking house?
If only Negroes were that patriotic, but we're not.
all banks do that shit.
Right?
You
every
can still
bank
use
is
Wells
bad.
Fargo. They actually more worse than Chase.
But we got to get up out of here, y'all. We're gonna wrap this thing up. We coming up on 4 hours. It's been a long Sunday show. We got to close this thing down, man. Appreciate you guys being in here. Thank you for supporting the show. Shout out to all the panelists. Shout out to everybody who was like double streaming on their own platforms.
We bet you.
What? I be trying to be nice to the slow kids, bro. Like y'all gonna make me be mean to the slow kids.
Hey man, neurodivergent people need love too, bro.
Fucking divergent people. Oh,
Fucking diversity. He is a diversity gangbanger, dude. He's like the Big Brothers Big Sisters program of the folks.
Snowman was not. He was not accepting any charity to the guy, and it was I was trying to be nice, bro, but it is what it is. I respected the energy.
Man, he came in hot, man.
I can't stand that motherfucker, dude.
Snowman gotta respect my gangster though. He be crapping on my gangbangery, bro.
I'm still waiting to see you actually gangbang.
Like, I'm an American.
You talk about it, but I ain't seen you do shit.
Oh no, Dirty's he's one of those reformed gangbangers where they all got in the mortgage.
Reformed gangbanger.
They all got in the real estate back.
Yeah,
in
he's like a Christian now.
2000s and stuff after they start catching all of
Yeah,
them.
they have like one yearly meeting now.
No,
where they all get together and pour out a little liquor, smoke some blunts.
You ain't got no choice. You ain't got no choice.
You're gonna get baptized
and
and marry a little Filipina chick.
hey, like Beanie Siegel, man, you ain't got no choice. You age out of the program.
Oh, you get a food truck. Yo, yeah, that'd be wild. Yo, I couldn't believe that shit.
Wait till I get a better white friend. I'm gonna come back bigger and better.
Yo, we out of here, man. Y'all have a good Sunday, man. Happy holidays, y'all.
Yep, later, guys.
Later.
It's done. It's done. It's done. It's done. It's done. It's done.